All right, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Pyre. Hopefully the landscaping that is happening just outside our window isn't too terribly audible. Normally when people reference something that's happening in their general neighborhood, I can never hear it on mic, and hopefully this is going to be an example of that. Otherwise, we learned at the end, well, actually partway through last episode, that the scope of the rites that we are undertaking here in Pyre are to, yes, get freedom for the exiles. However, they go out of here one at a time, and I do not know how much time is spent, like how many rites go in between every opportunity that we have to send one of the ascended out. And also, you can fail and have an enemy team member or a rival team member be the one to go home. So we're going to find out all of what this means as we rejoin the team already in action here at the Fall of Solium. We've conducted one liberation rite, and the next rite is to be determined. Let's go ahead and load campaign. That's the first time we've seen sort of those details at the load screen, so I was just reading through them real quick. All right, on to Moonlight Alcove. A small landing on the dark side of the Sacred Mountain. Volfred indicates you can await the next cycle of the rites here. Now, the thing is, I can't imagine that it's, you know, Ascension Rite, Ascension Rite, Ascension Rite, Ascension Rite. Like, there's got to be other, like, scrimmage matches, or maybe even, like, returning to our point of origin before we get a chance to do another one, but let's find out. Let me just stop that. Okay. Volfred leads all of you into a calm and quiet clearing, tucked away inside one of the mountain's hidden folds. All about, you see a variety of strange items and equipment. Nope. Hold on, we're not biting yet. Okay, hey Volfred. You find Volfred seemingly lost in thought, but then he turns to you. Greetings, reader. This wagon and I weave many memories together, and I could not help reliving some of them just now. I suppose some aspects of my past may be of relevance to you, given your role. If there is something that you wish to know, you need but ask. So we may only get one of these. So, what did you earn? I don't really care what he did to earn his sentence. What are you in for? No one cares. Why the Nightwings disbanded? Oh, wow. Actually, I'm not sure that I am, like, super married to any of these. Let's ask about why the Nightwings were disbanded. And hello to Debauchery and Blobbly Blah. Blobbly Blah, I hope you've had a great week. You stopped into, like, I think it was Mia's stream earlier this week, and I, didn't see it at first, so I didn't get a chance to say hello to you. I really hope that you've had a nice week so far. And same for you, Debauchery. Happy to provide some background entertainment, maybe, as you are working. You express interest in knowing more of how the Nightwings came to be here and Volfred's past connection to the group. Sometimes it's like blinking as though the information has been updated, but he is a long-standing exile of the Nightwings who seeks more than his own freedom. Is that different than the last time that we read it? I have been connected to the Nightwings almost since the beginning of my days in exile. They found me, in a manner as I understand quite how Hedwyn and the others found you. Back then, it was a smaller group than we have now. I joined an exile named Erisa, and another known as Oralek. Oralek or Oralech? Probably Oralek. Erisa, a former exile of the Nightwings who conducted the rites alongside Volfred and Oralek. Oralek, a former... So we don't know very much about them yet. Once in a while, we let little Tizo stand with us as well. He is rather older than he looks. The other triumvirates we stood against, they feared us. Only the Tempers presented any threat to us in any given rite. But there was a terrible accident. Erisa, we lost her, and Oralek, he was my friend. Hold on, does it now say Erisa, she was with the Nightwings and then we lost her? Nope. No, same info. Blah, blah, blah is very, hold on. Very nervous. Tomorrow I should know if I got the new job. I will go all gray from the anticipation. Blah, blah, blah. Best of luck. The fact that you are close enough that it's in contention is a very promising sign. Bear in mind that even if this position is not the one that you land, make sure that you contact them. Thank you so much for your consideration. They will keep you in mind for the next one. However, let's not plan for the negative outcome. Let's hope that you get it. Our thoughts will be with you, blah, blah, blah. Please do let us know when you find out.
Orlok, he was my friend. He fell from Mount Elodial. We lost him as well on the night when he was to be free.
How did he fall?
We were reckless, hasty, and I was powerless to stop any of it. I blamed the rites themselves, the circumstances that put us into danger. The downside has claimed many lives, yet this, it was too much. I vowed never again to don the mask and raiments. I had the blackwagon cleared and buried such that it could not be used again. If the Nightwings would rise again, it would be under different circumstances, under new leadership, and towards a different purpose. That is all I wish to say of this, my girl.
Oh, okay, we do get to ask you. Okay, so, what are you in for, buddy? You asked Volfred about his past in the Commonwealth and how it is he came to be in the downside.
How rather forward of you, my girl. Most whom I have met during my travels here have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. It's almost as if it's incredibly rude. Nonetheless,
Hold on.
I'm very happy to tell you.
Look at his face. That is the face of someone who is happy to tell us.
As a reader, I assume you are familiar with the stamping press. I owned and operated one.
So, it sounds like a printing press, an illegal invention allowing written materials to be published at an extraordinary rate. In 617 AS, the Commonwealth was under siege from within as anti-theocratic propaganda quickly spread.
I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban on literacy, the interminable wars against the Highwing remnants. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. Under pseudonym, of course. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk, and sure enough, my stamping press was eventually discovered and burned to the ground. I, however, managed to elude capture for a while, but not for long enough. Here in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings, who were searching for a reader. In that respect, my past, I think, is similar to yours. Anyway, that is the long and short of it. Now, then, was there anything else?
One more, actually. How do you know the Lone Minstrel? You asked Volfred about his history with the Lone Minstrel, whom he seems to know quite well.
Tariq was there with the Nightwings when they took me on. His manner has always been much how you've seen. Although, he is somewhat more cheerful now than I recall back then, if you can believe that. I think our plan has sparked a little fire in him. He serves the rites and the Nightwings. I have tried to ask him of his past before, but he seems rather reluctant to speak of it. Though it is plain that he's not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for some privacy. Nonetheless, although I do not know too much of him, I count him as a friend.
I'm getting a little more Elcor as this goes.
I lost track of him for some time, though it was he who first informed me that the Nightwings had returned. He and Tizo were instrumental in our meeting. It's been good to see him doing relatively well. Anyway, was there anything else you wish to talk about for now?
No, that's cool. You thank Volfred for his time and bid him a good rest of the afternoon.
Likewise to you, reader. Be well.
Oh my goodness, hello to Patikin and everybody raiding over. Hello to Innertooth and Maxine. Patikin, since you are here, can you, do me a favor? Can you do a shout out for yourself and also for Innertooth? Thank you so much. You guys, can we all wish blah 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 best hopes for a job that he has set up? Yes, Patikin. Exclamation point SO Patikin. Do it, please. But also, blah blah blah, it will very shortly find out if he has a brand new job. It's one that he's been trying to get. So if we can all give him, yes, kind hugs and best wishes, that would be very, Very much appreciated. All right, let's just take a quick look to see if Sandra... No scribe trials. Bid her farewell. All right, and let's take a look at the Book of Rites. I don't think there's anything new in here. No. We are in the wrong book. Chapter. Okay, I just want to get to the end of this. There doesn't seem to be a... Like, you can't hold it. Okay. I gotta say, I'm enjoying the little ditty that it's got running in the background of all this conversation. Okay. We are now ready to bide our time. Innertooth also hopes that blah 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 gets it. Yeah, as do we all. I'm, fingers crossed. Patikin, thank you for doing the shout-outs, including to you.
Everyone, the amenities are modest here at the Moonlight Alcove, which some might describe as a small landing on the dark side of the Sacred Mountain. But I suggest that you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care for now. It shall be ready when you need it next.
He's kicking us all out. We all just got evicted. From the mountaintop, you can see all across the downside. Its impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land besides it. Oh, wow. This should have been where we ended the last episode. This is a whole act break. And so, you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rites begins to turn again. Then, you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom one by one. Many moons passed. Are we still not allowed in the blackwagon? Then, one evening...
May I have a moment, reader?
The lone minstrel finds you poring over the Book of Rites, as has been your leaning through your stay at this abode.
Begging your pardon, but there is something you may wish to see. Please follow me.
You follow him into the cold night.
Look forth, reader, madam.
The stars shine like you have never seen. Once more, the path towards salvation is revealed, but now something is different. Seek your destination. Maxine is correctly saying, yes, both Judgment and Lost Judgment are now available on Steam. Hold on. Do we have options on where we go? Each prior time you searched the stars, they showed you a single path, but now several rites avail themselves to you at once. Okay, yes, we can. Wow, I don't know that I have any specific... You cannot zoom in or out, by the way. So, before we go, yes, we have on this channel complete playthroughs of both Judgment and Lost Judgment. I enjoyed them both tremendously. I think on the whole, Lost Judgment is a superior game, but it's not that you must have played Judgment. You will certainly enjoy it more in a few different ways, I think, if you have played the original Judgment. The correct order is Judgment and then Lost Judgment. They are now currently available on Steam. I hope that means good things for the future of the franchise and not bad things, as we might discuss in a few moments. But yes, if anybody wanted a recommendation, I enjoyed them tremendously. They were both played spoiler-free, so if anybody listening to this wants more information, if you search into our collections, you could watch maybe the first episode of what we put up, and that might show you a lot about what the game is like. I think that they're both very, very, very good. Maxine is also saying, and there's the Kaito Files expansion. Now, Maxine, is that included in with the PC version, or is that a separate expense? Because sometimes when they port to PC, they just include all the DLC, but Lost Judgment and that DLC pack is young enough that they may not have done that. Okay, so here's our options. We can go fight the Australian Jackal guys. We could go fight the Sad Dog people, who were very polite, by the way. I like them. Or we could go fight... Oh, you know what? I kind of want to go fight these guys. You know why I want to fight these guys? Because these are the horrible worm people. Like, those are the horrible worm people, not the nice worm people. And I want them to know that Sir Gilman went home. Yep, Sir Deluge is already on his way. Let's hit it.
The stars urge that we go to the spring of Jomur, a long way off. Volfred, sir, how are we to reach the spring of Jomur in due course of time? You know full well, Tariq. Preparations are complete.
You think you see the lone minstrel smile, ever faintly, but cannot be sure.
Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advance, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites this time, until once more we are to traverse to Scribe's Gate. Exactly how many it is difficult to say, but our next chance at liberty ought present itself much sooner than before, so let's be ready for it. Now then, see you in the morning, reader.
Your companions have not traveled far from the Moonlight Alcove. Word of the news soon spreads throughout the group. Yeah, we got kicked out of the place where we live, which is the wagon. Like, they probably didn't have very many places to go, even after many moons. Next morning, Volfred calls everyone together before the blackwagon.
This old wagon is more than it appears.
Yes, it's also a boat.
With Bertrude's aid, it escorted you across the sea to me. Now it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. I attached a large helium balloon to it.
Oh, I really think they did. Are we an airship now? Something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view.
You are the Nightwings. You should travel in their customary way.
He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book.
Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. And everyone else, hang on to something. Ha 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 ha. Here is a present from me to you.
Okay, hold X. After having soared into the sky, the black wagon remains aloft somehow. Oh, by the scribes!
Hey, now we're talking!
Impossible.
The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There is one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing. Though we should be able to find at least a couple landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make our way by land or sea towards our destination. Now, without further ado, let us proceed. Wait, one more thing. I wanted to describe to you the exact mechanics of how the thing flies.
Oh, hold on. We have direct control. Check this out. This is like, actually, I don't want to say what this is like. It's like something. It's like another game I can think of where we suddenly, this is so cool. Something about the strange island you see below draws your attention.
Best to avert your gaze from the Isle of Calamir. Kaelmer.
The Forbidden Island nestled in the Deathless Tempest. It has significance to the 8 scribes.
Even the scribes themselves thought to avoid the place. Best let us fly on.
Somebody just flew past us. I don't know if you saw. So Maxine is saying there's a bundle including Judgment and Lost Judgment plus expansion at 24% off. If you buy it, you'll get the expansion for free, basically. So the Kaito files, that is the only part of Judgment that we have not played. And hold on. Wait, am I allowed to go back here, for example? Can I check this out? It's the things that I can. So what if we go to Glue Hive? So yeah, let's check out what Pamitha wants to check out. You touch down in the heart of Jomur Valley, where you first face the Fate and the Dissidents. You briefly wonder where they might be now and how they fare. Anarchists who conduct the rites for the sheer thrill. You join your companions for a routine inspection of the wagon following its flight. Headwind confirms the wagon's wheels withstood the shifting temperature and still appear to be in reasonable shape. Tizo managed to calm some of the drive imps prone to dizziness or frenzy at high altitudes. Other than that, everything checks out, and the rest of the crew got through the flight without complaint. You now have a little time before having to set forth by land. Let's explore the glue hive. Oh, and check it out. The Beyond a Crystal seeks Headwind. You end up spending part of the day with Pamitha exploring the area surrounding your wagon. You learn this area used to be a swimming hole many years ago. Water and feathers don't mix, Rita darling, especially discussing water like this. Your lasting memory of the place is standing by the shore, imagining the feel of the water. As you head back in silence, you consider which of your vocations to pursue. Oh, okay, so this is sort of like a relaxation point. Well, I think I kind of want to mentor a companion. I could study in private, which does give a boost to everybody. Let's mentor a companion. I know that this feels like we're investing in a bank that's going out of business because we're gonna lose our party members as we go. But we can only lose our party members if they get up to rank 3. Do I want to accelerate her, or do I want to make sure that somebody else can make that journey? Well, everybody else is rank 3 or higher. I could rank up Ruki, or I could do Pamitha. Here's the thing about Pamitha. Pamitha is the next person that I would like to send home because she's the lowest level. Shoot, I don't really know what to do. Okay, let's tutor Headwind, I'd say. Mentor. Sure thing, my friend. I appreciate the offer. Where to begin? Headwind gains a somewhat stronger grasp on how to better pass the celestial orb through strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate than through dexterity alone. Oh, sorry. Through strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate rather than through dexterity alone. He nods in understanding. However, he was faking it and he didn't actually understand it. The stars themselves have such a key part to play in all of this, don't they? Okay, so we got him a little bit closer, more in line with our other, central trio. Okay, and that's going to be helpful because now we want to do a scribe trial with him. But before we do, let's read in the Book of Rites because we unlocked some pages. Maxine does need to sleep. Maxine, thank you so much for hanging out. Do have a good night. I hope you get some good rest, and hopefully we will see you again in the next one. Intertooth is advising Maxine to count the trains that pass by. Maxine is saying, you're joking, but I live next to a train line at some point. Yeah, one of Mia's house sits is, like guys, on the train tracks. One of her house sits is the most picturesque place you can imagine, except there are train tracks that pass through the front yard, and the trains that pass, I'm not kidding, are so close that you could open one of the front windows, reach out and touch the trains as they go by. And if you can imagine what that sounds like, I'm not kidding. So we've unlocked like 1 million pages, which is many more than I expected. Like, look at all these new tabs, but not the ones in the middle, which is kind of curious. So where are we specifically in the book? Okay, we've definitely read these pages. Down the river, the hunt for Muir, the demon, the mercy shown, and that's the last. Okay, so we have finished, at least at this time, chapter 1. So let's take a look at chapter 2. Okay, so this appears to be all new stuff. In the words of Jomir Manymane, the Alpha Chief, since I too roamed free, I remember well those days in which I was called Chief. I traveled all the world over on my 4 good paws, and I was well adored. I wanted to grow stronger here at last. Here at last I have. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for you a little bit, and to prolong your stay, but only for as long as needed. Your charge is to return. We call this place the downside for a reason, but in time, here you can learn to eat, to seek out shelter, and to find a certain beauty in unlikely places. Oh, and that's the only thing that we've got for chapter 2. Alright, let's look at chapter 3. Quipping. Okay, and this chapter 3 does have a couple pages to it. Alright. We're not going to read all these necessarily right now, but let's read a couple. We'll split them up. In the words of Molten Millithe, the Wild Witch, years upon long years we spent distilling life essence from many things, which all once writhed under the auspices of their mortality, which we ourselves cut short. In this we have no regrets, for we learned much, and so, we think, did they. We earned the title Witch, and were forced to flee into the downside. Here we encountered Solium Myrrh, and soon we gained an understanding of each other. He bade us circumnavigate the lands and catalog our findings. We felt a strong desire to expose the secrets of this land. He wished to yield benefit to those who followed in our wake. Indulge us then. The downside prairie first appears serene. It is not. The soil there accommodates only this region's brutish native vines and overbrush. The most likely food resources prove poisonous. Thus, we journeyed further north. The climate there grew fouler to my senses, though the Cur Jomur found it amenable. This sprawling valley, pocked with long evaporated lakes, gives evidence to the monstrosities which roam the land. We found the region's western edge to be more pleasant on the whole. Therein we found sources of fresh water, whereas over to the east we found the edge of the land's most hideous decay. I have no idea what that first word is. It looks like it must be gaining, except I do not see a G in here at all. And yet it is. I don't see a G in that calligraphy at all. Or illuminated text, what would you call that? Gaining the summit of the sacred Mount Elodial involved no small amount of sacrifice and sorcery, in varying proportion. The mountain's energies were palpable, the sensation that we felt indescribable. The lands we stood upon were closer to the stars than the world we knew. It was upon this highest point in all the downside that we first made efforts to concoct this tome, which you now read. It was there that we were stricken with a vision of the cycle of the rites, and felt together, for the first, a sense of freedom unlike any we experienced before. But that is a subject which our comrades shall illuminate in greater detail. Okay, and that's everything for Chapter 3. Now, the others are flashing, which means that we'll remember to look at them later. Let's go do the rite for Hedwyn. Then who exactly do you have in mind? I think it's Hedwyn. He's the only one I've summoned. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Hedwyn. Oh, you must mean that nomad boy. So innocent, that one. I should have a lot of work to do with him. Then, let us bring him forth. Soon Hedwyn appears in heed of the summons. Hey, my friend, what's going on? Wait until you see. We're gonna suck you inside this crystal, and then make you play a game by yourself. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, boy. You answer to me here. Understood. You are a fool. Do not talk back to me. Your reliance on your friends is such a burden upon them. Let us see what you can do without their aid, save for that of your lovely reader there. Go! Okay. If their tackle had come in, he absolutely would have gotten me. Okay. I don't mind over jumping as long as I get in there. Okay. Get it in. Okay, well that's what Hedwyn can do without any friends, Sandra. What do you think about that? We did it. It seems you did, boy. Your performance was sufficient and you passed my test. In fact, you thoroughly embarrassed me. But anyway, congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. the sun is so bright through one of the windows, but it's not even the one that's close by. It's just like, it's so bright. Good to be back after all that. That took almost 60 full seconds. Say, what's that you have there? Oh, hey, right. I do those special rites because, like, it gives me a little bit of extra practice with the characters, and also it's got maybe some story stuff. I consistently forget that we get a special talisman. In this case, particular to Hedwyn. Hedwyn power casts his aura with greater ease and gains infinity stamina on hit for 2 seconds. To power cast, release B when you see a flash. Okay, I mean, we're gonna do that. Let's put it on Hedwyn right now. What was it looking like? This one? That's the one. Okay. And I don't have any more upgrade powder, nor do I have very much money to buy upgrade powder, but that's fine. So, what's this glowing crystal? Grease stone. Exhibits a flagrant disregard for natural law, thus providing light entertainment. And then down here we've got the waking wood wisps. The wisps inside provide a scarce bit of light when it is needed, all for a low monthly fee. Who do we pay that to? Do we have to, like, Venmo their relatives? Also, we've got some stirrups up here. Old raiments, colorful. No, wait, what's the? It was flashing up here, wasn't it? Okay, maybe not. And we're not going to play with the nautical bell because Ruki gets really mad at that. All right. Let's read a line or two in chapter 4, which I think that we might already be in. In the words of Lou Sklorian, 100 Minds the Scholar. Oh, sorry. Lou Sklorian, 100 Minds, comma, the Scholar. Do you feel a kinship with the stars? You owe your everything to them, perhaps one day even your freedom. I chased the stars across the river of my genealogy until they led me here. I demanded they explain to me the paradox of knowledge. For how is it that something can be shared, but still contained within ourselves in its entirety? The stars did not respond, but set me on a quest. I sought the 9 landmarks which they revealed to me, so that someday I would reveal their mysteries to you. These landmarks, emissaries of the stars, are the 9 lenses through which we see the land, and see ourselves in a new light. Much can be said about the sisters of the Arch, whom we banished to the great beyond for deeds irredeemable. Suffice it to say that the details of their banishment are written in this book. The sisters and the book became inseparable, not unlike the stars, their light and the infinite darkness that engulfs them. The stars communicate to us, and you in turn. The words within this book are but an edifice, a simple surface. Look past the text to the hidden meaning, to the hidden power. The stars above, as they are not mere lights. These are not the stars above, as they are not mere lights. These are not mere words. If you chance upon the Sisters of the Arch within their prison here, give them our thanks. Now, hold on. It's almost bringing something up. Oh, it's just telling me that I can flip the page. Okay. When it said, like, look beyond the words, see how, like, flashes, the words glow when you go over them with the cursor? I thought maybe it would be like, oh, there's a hidden message here. Okay, that's chapter 4. Again, let's not spend our whole day reading. What on earth could possibly be in here? Oh, Pameth is here. All right, I'll talk to her. Also up here, we do have the singing sands. The so-called singing is the sound of countless screeching wheel mites. Eee. You find Pamitha by herself again, and her expression is grown darker than her custom. Leave me be, would you, reader darling? Trying to get some good and proper moping done here, and you're distracting me. Leave me be, reader. Just leave me be, reader. Just leave me be. You don't want to know what's lurking in my heart or mind. What you'll find there isn't pretty. Yet something about her thought process is different to you now. You know that with her conditioning, she can resist your scrutiny, but now her thoughts are laid bare to you. Okay. She can block us out. She's choosing not to. but her internal monologue is leave me alone. We're going to leave her alone. Pamitha's thoughts are her own business. The fleeting connection between you soon is severed. Thoughts are loathsome things, reader. It is difficult to know how best to hide them. Mine are plain enough for you to see by now. She exhales and looks askance. You know why I'm in this mess with all of you. You could say I lack Tamitha's sense of commitment, her zeal. She lives only to see your nation overthrown, or something worse if she could have her way. Centuries of conflict can be quite emboldening that way, especially when one's sister's leading cause of death is Commonwealth forged steel. Wielded with the utmost of mercy, of course. Well, I had little patience for the senselessness of it myself. Became a bit of a pariah, I suppose. I knew Tamitha was going to get herself and others killed someday. So when she was to fly out on this one big mission of hers, I had other arrangements made. But after she was caught, your people did not exactly uphold their end of the bargain. I knew there were such risks, of course, and yet, a chance is still a chance. Tamitha was clipped and cast down. A mercy, they called it. I did not see it that way, and in my growing protest of her treatment, I was soon enough to follow. I feel good that she's decided to, confide in us rather than us reading her thoughts when she's deliberately saying, don't do that. I haven't yet decided if I entirely regret my actions, but I do seek Tamitha's forgiveness and wish that she could see my thoughts for what they are, as it seems you can. Then she might realize our nation's people have much more in common than she knows. Sometimes I wonder which of them's the stupider. She brushes past you and out of the wagon for now. And when somebody with very large wings... So wait, roster... Oh, right, the roster bios. I haven't looked at these in a million years. Like 3 full episodes, I want to say. Astral sign, what does that mean? Nothing. Motive was insurrection. Okay, he wanted to relay Commonwealth military secrets to the enemies. He survived for 5 years in the downside. Well, what do we learn about Pamitha? Okay, so she can tackle, fly, and dash. She was a Talon ace of the High-Wing Remnants, who possessed the talent of her sisters, but not their single-minded zeal. She grew weary of the fighting and decided she would put an end to it. Thus, when a critical battle approached, the Commonwealth was waiting, and her own blood sister was among the harps captured and clipped. She was more guilt-stricken by this turn than she expected. When she attempted to contact her blood sister in exile, she was told that she could seek her firsthand and was exiled in turn. Yeah, she got done real dirty by the Commonwealth, which feels like a running theme for these folks. And hello to Jab! Jab, I think we are on our way to do our next rite. Oh, we can fly, by the way. Or the wagon can fly. And also Pamitha can fly, but mostly the wagon. Okay, the Spring of Jomur. You're to conduct the rites here soon. And when I hit this, I'm just going to grab a drink so it might be quiet just while we drive. Wow, that was like the perfect amount. So we just unlocked a page about the Spring of Jomur. I want to see if maybe we can read that one, and I bet it's in chapter 2, because that one seemed to be, like, relevant to this area. No, it's not. Oh, hey, this is it. The Downside Prairie first appears... Oh, no, we already read that one. Yeah, we already read that one. Okay, let's look into chapter 4 here. Really? Like, this is... I wouldn't mind a skip to last page button. 8 scribes. Yeah. No, we read all these. Okay, let's look at chapter 4 maybe. I oftentimes think the carapace of the... Okay, forget this. I oftentimes think the carapace of the hive titan Beolanthius shall be an everlasting blemish on an almost splendid bit of land. But Jomir, in his brashness, felled the monster with a certain flare. Then the moon shone through the ridges of the massive carapace and shined upon the pooling ichor, turning it into the freshest nectar ever to be tasted. The spring shall flow eternally, and those who walk within it shall experience the resplendent glory of the land. The stars began to fall there in the spring with regularity, and we now know how soon again that they shall do so, and we wish for you to see it for yourself. The way these sentences are structured are difficult for me to get out. But Jab, I hope that you are having a great Thursday so far. I did not go to work today, save for a quick teleconference meeting, because I had some doctor's appointments to tend to. So it's been a long day, but not at work, so it still felt like a change of pace. Much can be said about the Sisters of the Arch, who we banished. Okay, but we definitely read that one. Okay, it appears to have backfilled pages, which is interesting. Do you feel a kinship with the stars? You owe your everything to them. Perhaps one day... Oh, no, we definitely read that one, too. Okay. All right. Well, we're up through chapter 4. Okay, I don't think that we have anything to sell. Oh, hey guys, it seems awful quiet right now. I gotta say, without the slippery little character that what I used to hang around with you, I mean... Talks like this a lot, know what I mean? Hope he found that honor things he's always going on about. We don't got that in stock just now. Ooh, what's this? A Twilight Shard. I can't afford it. When flinging the orb into the adversary's pyre, the bearer deals bonus damage. Well, so that ability requires two things. One, the willingness to throw the orb. And two, the ability to throw the orb. Because I'm terrible at that. Yeah, we don't need that. And then, yeah, I can't afford... Well, we could afford this one or this one. Yeah, this one's on a little bit of a discount. Let's grab it. Yes, I'm going to be out of cash, but I accept my tell your friends about us because I already told mine, you see? Holding a big slug here. Hello to Azric! Azric, you stopped by into the previous stream, and I think I said hello super in passing and then really didn't get a chance to catch up. I know that you have now finished that 2-week vacation you had from your second job, but I hope that your return has gone smoothly and everything's going well. Were this one of our Valhalla streams, I would probably use that as a reason to segue into the terrible number of layoffs that we've seen recently. Fanbyte Media, G4, Future, and I think there's one other. All announced. No, well, what's interesting is that they didn't announce layoffs. They just did layoffs. The ones at G4 sound especially cruel. The way that it was described to me, the way that it was described online was that HR was basically contacting people individually, that they had shown up. Sorry to pause the game here for a second. They had shown up in the studio to do their day's broadcasts, like to do all of their live stuff for the day, and then a short time, I don't know the time frame exactly, but a short time before they were due to go live, HR said, or they were told, okay, hold on everybody, we want to talk to you. Pardon me. And then HR, hold on. Sorry, I had to cough there. And then HR started interacting with people one at a time, telling them that they were laid off. And not like a group meeting, not like everybody got called aside, not like a list of names got read off and we want you to come over here. And there were just people there, both remotely and physically there present, who didn't know if they had already been fired. I don't understand the way things like this go down. I don't understand who makes the decision that that's how it should go down, nor do I understand how you would arrive at a moment like that without someone making that decision. Like, that doesn't happen by accident. They're not like drawing straws and then like, oh, and our next layoff is. Those things would have been decided beforehand, right? So why would you not bring a bunch of people into like over here and then let them know? Why would you drag it out? I don't. Maybe the way that it was described is inaccurate. I don't know. It's just, from people on the ground, it sounds like it was really, really savage. Innertooth and hello to Grumpy. Jab is saying it's not a big surprise they were bleeding money at G4. See, I don't have any concept of how well they were doing as a business. I do have a concept of how to treat your employees with like the basic modicum of respect. But Azric was saying that it was a smooth return to work. Yeah, that's been very much on my mind with, because it's not just them, it's other places that also just sort of like gradually laid people off over the course of the day, and it just seems disrespectful to their mental well-being to leave them in a state of stress all day long. Because also think about the people that didn't get laid off. They spent all day not knowing. Okay, I need to go ahead, so we will go ahead. Grumpy, I hope that you're having a great what is today? Great Thursday. You reach the celestial landmark and soon will stand against your adversaries. Like, what I can say about G4 is that I was aware they came back. I was aware that they were putting out content, and outside of the fact that those things were occurring, I didn't see any conversation about them. At least in the Twitter circles and like the people that dropped by this channel, there was never... It didn't seem like they were making much of a penetration into like into the market, like getting people talking about them and making engaging content that people would come out and spread by word of mouth. But I might just be in the wrong circles, so I don't know. What I do know is I don't feel like people deserve to be laid off that way. Though the now familiar surroundings of the Spring of Jomir make preparations faster than before, the stars are already aflame by the time you and the others are gathered.
At last. Well, Shay, I have every faith in your ability in this.
Blessed by the 8 scribes who created the celestial contest, through which exiles such as ourselves may demonstrate the capacity for faithfulness and strength, you wish them all good fortune in turn. Little else is said, and together you watch the celestial harmony in calm and silence, and await the Pyre hearts. Wyrm Knights, yep. I want them to know that their buddy made it to freedom. Jab is saying, still better than Amazon, where an algorithm generates an email saying that you've been fired. I would agree with that, Jab. That sounds worse, the Amazon thing.
Ever persevering, aren't we? Well then, rejoice, because the cycle of the rites begins anew. Perhaps you'll liberate another soon enough. Your chosen adversaries here shall be the Pyre Hearts. Reduce their flame to ash, just as you did when last you met. Now, who exactly shall oppose them?
That's a very good question.
Oh no, the Nightwings!
He struggles with his mask for some time.
Please have mercy on this night, O Nightwings, for this night knows well of the limitless power which you most certainly possess.
Then he squirms into his mask.
Limitless power can only be the explanation for how you freed that no-good Gilman.
I'm so glad that he's acknowledging this.
How? This knight must know. How can such things even be possible?
Inheriting the load. Jesus Christ. inheriting the loudest, clumsiest, ugliest, most obnoxious, least competent worm ever to sully the ranks of the Pyre Hearts, and seeing him to such a victory? Would that this knight could kneel, for he would kneel before your stupefying power. By the end of the speech, you sense Sir Deluge is not entirely sincere. Even now, you hear him snickering nervously with his triumvirate. Oh, really? Because the thing is, Sir Deluge, he is home. Or, well, I don't know about home. He's out of here. He got his freedom. You didn't. Curious. It seems news of Sir Gilman's liberation has caused quite a stir within the ranks of the Pyre Hearts. Even still, they stand together, ready for the fight. I probably shouldn't be talking trash until we've won, because, like, these are getting hard. This knight's companions have grown so much stronger since we dumped that worthless Sir Gilman. You sense Sir Deluge speaks the truth. The Pyre Hearts are more capable than before. They gain talismans and masteries, special proficiencies in the rites bestowed by the 8 scribes to the enlightened. Oh, I really am not underestimating them.
Who shall conduct this rite?
Oh, we can learn something about them. All right, so if the bearer is banished, an ensuing blast can banish adversaries in a radius. I do not know what plus 375 is, but it's pretty big, it sounds like. This person has plus 4 quickness, and this person does not have a talisman equipped. However, Lady Shelley can banish adversaries in a wider area of effect. Oh, look at Lady Shelley. If Lady Shelley banishes one of us, then one of her banished allies instantly returns. They all have that. Oh, dear. Well, okay. So we want to get Pamitha up, right? So we're definitely bringing Pamitha. Yeah, and she's got a relatively strong chance to return. So we're going to choose Pamitha. And now, I think what I'd like to do is really... Oh, she's unwilling to work with Pamitha. Okay, so that makes it easier, because what I'd want to do then is... Okay, let's definitely bring Hedwyn.
Hedwyn.
And then... probably Shay. And the probably that you hear there is... like, I'm just not as familiar with her, but let's do it. The thing is, she's got a lot of experience banked, and I want to, like, cash that in. Let's do it.
Shay. It is done.
Okay, I think I'm ready. We are not afraid of you, especially not this knight. Worm knights, attack!
Begin.
Shit! Okay. Wow, this is super not going well. What the fuck? Okay, I tried to
From your clutches. Your adversaries did not hesitate.
No, they super did not. God damn it! Guys, I'm not feeling real good about this.
Now. Glory.
Okay, the range on that is pretty crazy.
The orb.
He might as well have been Nightcrawler. The hell was that?
Oh. Sir Deluge caught out.
Okay. Okay, but...
Fear not the purifying flame.
do it! No! Do something! Like, guys, when they just like Wayne Gretzky into the end zone, and I know that Wayne Gretzky wasn't a football player, but that's what they're doing. They just blitz right past all my guys. Hello to Mia. Well, wait, are we winning? Are we winning? Yeah, winning. Good work.
Has doused the flame.
It's like the most basic strategy in the world, but I've got nothing else.
Now burn with the same strength.
Oh, son of a bitch. What even is the jump button?
This is the road to ruin.
Okay.
Shay, douse the flame. Once more like that, and we are finished here.
Oh, son of a bitch. Get out of here. Shit. I tried to pass it. What the fuck? Like when they jump, you're supposed to be able to like knock them down, right? I thought that was a thing.
Tis taken.
Get in! Get in! Is that it? Please tell me that was it.
The Nightwings prevail
Okay,
yet again.
but dude.
Or you could say they managed to avoid defeat.
When they're jumping from mid-court,
Thus end this night's proceedings.
there has to be a way to like block them down. Like you can knock them out of the air or something, or at least other people can, because I kept trying to do that and they were just like, no, just kidding, and they would just continue right on into the goal. I feel like I won this one by blind luck. This night we knew we had no chance, for shame. No, for Shay. She's the one that did it to you. She scored the most points, I think. Now, wait, why does she still have some green? Is there a maximum amount of green? I thought that you always got all of your green. I guess not. Maybe there's a maximum amount of, like, green bar that you can consume. Now I'm glad that I didn't spend a lot of time saving that up. And nobody ranked up.
Until the next right.
Innertooth is gonna lurk. Innertooth, thank you so much for hanging out. Sorry, my... like... I cannot articulate what's happening on the screen, especially if I'm losing, and, like, that was very stressful. You return to the wagon after you and your fellow exiles defeated the Pyre Hearts, and find Volfred waiting for you there.
Well done back there, my girl. You are serving your companions well. Now then, I've something that I wish to share with you, if you've a moment. We have discussed the plan, of which we are all a part. I have a means of measuring our progress towards the goal of it. I'd like for you to have a look at it. First, let's determine where the rites may take us next. Look forth. I expect you shall again see several shining stars, where once you saw but one. Yes, I do. Several shining stars, a trick of the eye, or the will of the scribes, who can say? I too once gained this newfound vision many years ago, following my first liberation rite, and I believe only we of the Nightwings have this gift. I realize that, in choosing whom the Nightwings confront in each rite, we in turn influence which triumvirate we face when the time comes for someone to be set free. Oh, really? Okay. The object I invite you to use contains further detail.
Henceforth, you may use Volfred's Planner to see your current progress, an object that shows the relative standings between the 9 triumvirates in the rites. Whichever triumvirate curries the most favor shall confront the Nightwings for a chance at freedom. Using Volfred's Planner, you may assess your progress towards your ultimate goal, as well as check the current standings of your adversaries. Volfred shall keep this information up to date for the remainder of your quest. You may look over it now, or any time in the blackwagon, or while searching the stars. Okay, so we have Infinity Favor. That seems pretty good. What is Infinity Favor? Shall always be favored in the eyes of the 8 scribes. The triumvirate with the highest favor is poised to take on the Nightwings in the next liberation rites. So that means that right now it's Essence, right? Okay, so they're 0-1 against the Nightwings. But overall, they're 6-2. Prisoners of war whose hatred for the Commonwealth runs deep. We don't know how many rights until the next liberation. We've done 1, and additional exiles required. What does that mean? Number of additional exiles required to join the Nightwings to fulfill a key aspect of the plan. Oh, so we don't have everybody. I guess. We need to find 1 more party member. We've done 9 rights in total. We've liberated 1. The probability of success overall is 28%. Okay. Well, that probably means that I want to, like, try to stomp the Essence, right? Because, like, they have the highest winning streak. The next highest, by the way, though, is the Tempers, which are not... Oh, but they're out of it, aren't they? They have 0 favor, so we don't have to worry about them. Yeah, so let's go see if we can find out where the Essence are. Do we know where they hang out? Winged Harps. Okay, I feel like they were... Oh, it'll tell us here, won't it? That's where we are. There's the dogs. I kind of remember those guys. I kind of regret that we can't zoom out, is all. So it doesn't seem like we can go fight the Essence right now, or at least I don't see their star. The ones that we do have access to are the dogs, the poison bog people, I think. Yeah, she was like a bog witch, wasn't she? And then the dog people. Which of them is highest? Oh, the bog witches. Okay, well, let's fight these guys then. I was not in a hurry to cross paths with Udmilde again. Turns out she's even worse than I thought, depending on how superstitious you are. Hedwyn then reveals what he has learned of her and her designs. Witch Udmilde, one of the bog dwellers and head of the Withdrawn, a triumvirate more interested in the legends of Islak in the Astral Born than in the rites. Her kind was known to be reclusive in the Commonwealth, yet she was brazen in her disdain for common values. She practiced the unspeakable. Somehow, one day, her research into flammable reagents grew into an obsession with Islak, despite widely held belief that he is dead or never existed. But Udmilde held that Islak is merely dormant and shall someday be reborn with newfound hunger, which could only be sated by devouring the world. Then at last could Islak return to his glorious home, and Udmilde would go with him. That seems awfully presumptuous, because you also reside in the world, Udmilde. I kind of feel like he'd just eat you too. When Commonwealth officials showed up to take Udmilde in for spreading unrest, she was all too eager to comply. After all, a sentence in the downside meant being that much closer to Islak's resting place, where she believed she had much work to do, where the Withdrawn stood ready to assist. I don't know if we can stop whatever she's up to, but prevailing against her in the right should slow her down at least. Anyway, good luck getting to sleep. See you in the morning. You bid Hedwyn a restful night in kind. It is too late to take flight, so you expect to press onward come daylight. And we got a brand new page, and we can also talk to Hedwyn. Mia, thank you so much for doing the shoutouts. You can tell something is troubling Hedwyn from the moment you approach. Patikin was here earlier, and I neglected to ask him how his day of Fall Guys went, because I didn't get to see it all. I was at some medical appointment. So, Patikin, if you're still here, I'd love to know. You're not the only one either. Oh, sorry, that wasn't her talking. Looks like a case of a broken heart to me there, reader darling. Trust me on that one. Hedwyn overhears.
It's nothing. I think all the travel's catching up with me is all.
You don't make much of a liar, Hedwyn darling. Now then, let's have a name, or his.
That obvious, is it?
That obvious. Now, do go on. Hedwyn hesitates a while, then...
Her name was Ficani.
Someone for whom Hedwyn cares deeply. They were separated in the Commonwealth. Does he not have a thing going on with, Jodariel? I thought we also established that. Ficani? Why, that's a hot name.
Yeah, she's from the mountains, same as you.
You don't mean Ficani Shang, do you? We feared her lost in the gorge. A harp with whom Pamitha had a brief acquaintance.
What? You know her?
Come on, Hedwyn. How many of us harps do you think there are? Your Commonwealth has been rather successful scouring my people from the world. But yes, Ficani Shang and I had spent some time together in the past, flown a few sorties now and then. We were in different units, though. She was reconnaissance, if I recall.
She said as much to me. But what happened to her? When you were sentenced, it was about a year after me, wasn't it? So, maybe.
She was alive and well when last I saw her. Got back from the gorge with a few scrapes and some good information. Granted, that was several years ago. Who knows what could have happened since then? Though I must say, she never mentioned you. I'm impressed she managed to keep secret your relationship. She could have gotten herself into some real trouble.
You keep her secret too, please.
Oh, don't worry about me. Down here, I'm in no position to betray any more of my people. And besides, I like Ficani. And you're not too bad neither. Why, this is rather sweet. Hedwyn just stares at her. I'm sorry, Hedwyn. I wasn't trying to make light. I wish that I could tell you more about her, though I think that you must know her better than I do.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry too. I didn't mean to get on your case about it. It's just, I don't like to talk about it much. It's a lot to have to explain.
I understand completely.
Now then, now that the awkward introductions are out of the way, could you tell me any more about what she was like?
Well, let's see. They continue talking for some time about Ficani, and about how such a relationship would have been seen in both the Highwing Remnants and the Commonwealth. For Hedwyn, just knowing that Ficani still lives, or at least that she was still alive after his exile, lifts his spirits. Anyhow, if you do get out of here, or if I get out of here, we'll still have to seek her out. If I go first, I'll let her know you're in one piece and thinking of her still.
Thanks, Pamitha. That means a lot.
Don't mention it. As the conversation winds down, they bid you and each other a good evening, and go on their separate ways. By the way, neither of them addressed the fact that I was listening in at any point. They just went on about their own business. Okay, we don't need anything from there. Okay. See, I don't know... We finally figured out how to work Chapter 1, but now I'm like, I don't necessarily know if new things appear in Chapter 2 or whatever. Let's read Chapter 7. Okay. At first I found it much too difficult to read, much less to write, even to grasp the quill. But the Horned One, Myrrh, implored me. He said this is the greatest gift that he could give me in return. In return for what, I asked. In return for his life, he said. But I did not save your life, I said. You did, he said. We fight about this still. Myrrh is stubborn, more than I. Now herein, and by his leave, I chronicle the 9 triumvirates, for I am of this land, unlike the rest who wish to leave. We knew not everyone could leave who wanted. Seldom would the opportunity arise. Thus did we organize those striving for the chance into 9 sets of 3. The Pyre Hearts all follow the path forged by the Under King Horus, who whose many mighty deeds exceed the smallish stature that somehow contained him. He is the most spirited. His is the most triumphant. Hi, I'm just going to try to do this. His is the most spirited triumvirate, their courage unfaltering, their hearts full. They live always with vigor, and perhaps they die with it as well. They are the Underking's own kind, as at home above the sea as in it, never ceasing, ever longing as they do for something more. The Underking chose wisely for these qualities, and teaches that a life devoid of passion is a life devoid of life itself. That burning passion is the fuel that drives the Pyre hearts, and in turn, us all. Okay, that's chapter 7. It's a real mouthful. Okay, let's continue on our journey. Alright, we are headed back up north. Now, if we should be spending more time sort of like exploring these other maps, it doesn't look like we can land anywhere, so... what was this guy's voice? Hello. The hidden glade of Lu is nigh impossible to find on foot, though there it lies below us, protected even now by the enchantments of Lu Sklorian 100 mines. I understand the river named for him is rather famous in your commonwealth. The mouth of the river Sklorian opens wide, not very far from here. It was there that the limbless Arazek. Wow! It's so close to Arazek. Arazek. It's the evil Arazek. The root titan vanquished by the scribe Lu Sklorian. Arazek yet lives, a husk, a single foul seed, still rotting where once something mighty stood. Okay, Arazek. Limbless Arazek was defeated, turning the region lush and livable, at least for certain denizens. Although of course not everyone believes this. Your adversaries with the Withdrawn must be working to find their way there even now. Good fortune in your rites against them, reader. I don't want to go there yet. We have so I want something to sell at the slug market. We can sway the coming right against the Withdrawn in your favor here. Hold on, that does sound pretty good though. Or pursue your vocations. So here's the thing. This will tilt this match in our favor. This will benefit someone more long term. So that's why we're going to do it. Here in Black Basin, your wagon touches down in Black Basin where you first met Volfred and Pamitha as well. You briefly wonder at what might have happened had your paths not crossed, as you consider what to do with the remains of the afternoon. Oh, well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go do a Shay thing. What's this? Volfred's planner. But Volfred is nowhere to be found. Okay, hold on. Let's go to the Book of Rites. We did unlock a new page. Oh, so it automatically selected Black Basin. It's in chapter 3 here. Okay, so they don't put the pages necessarily in order. That'll make it fun. The continent we called Black Basin shall one day tear itself apart, arriving upon blackened molten crags, tolerable only by the harp Triesta. We pressed onward towards a suffocating wood. The land felt to us somehow primordial. Deep in its roots and noxious crevices lay innumerable clues as to its ancient history, but we had little time to excavate, for our supplies by then were thin. Further, we were lost. Our best attempts at circumnavigation all had failed. It was Lu Sklorian who reached out at last unto the stars, and they revealed the way. Then we at last could see the sacred Mount Elodial there in the distance. Okay, and that was where we read about Mount Elodial. That's the end of the chapter. Okay, let's do our Shay thing. Greetings to you, lovely reader. I'm at your disposal. You need but choose among those unenlightened fools with whom you travel. We will summon Shay. And so Shay's not going to get any benefit from a lucrative contract here at all. So +2 presence wouldn't go amiss. Oh, we can't spend that one. Okay. +3 presence. Yeah, that's... Wait, does that not function here? What? Why? Okay. It's all like shadowed out, right? So I'm not sure that I understand what this is. But we're gonna give her +3 presence. Close that. I don't know why it doesn't show at all, but maybe talismans won't function here. Mia, thank you for doing the shout out for Azaric. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Shay. I must admit, I do sense something from that one. I once had a wild heart myself, quite unlike her own. We shall see if there is more to her than that. Let us bring her forth. Soon Shay arrives in heed of the summons. The scribes! I think that if I listen carefully, that I can hear them calling out to me? Oh, hello to Harmonious Crow! Yes, I'm not sure if you remember this particular rite or the game in question, but yes, this is Pyre. Also, so we wanted to speak very carefully, because, Mia, for example, has not finished Horizon, but please do again pass on my congratulations to App for completing the main story, and I know that now he is into the DLC pack. I think I saw him playing that earlier today. I was sort of, between medical appointments and couldn't hang out too much, but yeah, Horizon's a great game, isn't it? The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, girl. The place where you reside at present has but a single rule, which is, you answer to me here. Wow, okay, I will. Such naive enthusiasm. Now, be silent. It is plain to me that you have much to learn as yet about the rites, but you have learned something, and I would see you prove it, without the benefit of anyone, save for your reader. Okay. Are you out to help me with this, miss? Okay, it's super bad. I was 0.1 seconds from reappearing. What is happening? That didn't feel like a jump. Okay. Okay, I tried to do an aura cast and it didn't work. Yeah, her talisman is definitely not working, which is fine. I mean, I feel like the right talisman might be, a bit overbearing. Okay, so just got to do that twice more. No problem. Hopefully it takes him more than 2 seconds to get here. All right, they're faster than I am. Thank God we can retry this one. Nope, I was out of stamina. So you can run or jump. Oh, he did a little showboat thing. He walked right up to the edge and was like, hey, 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 watch this. Mom, watch this. Yeah, I'm just getting waxed here. Okay, one more. But then again, I think that they only have to, like, score on me once more, so... Do it! Oh my god, I can't believe I won! Okay, so how did I do? How did I do? I must admit that you did better than I had expected, girl. You have passed this trial of yours. Some congratulations are in order, to you and also to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Guys, this and like I know from past experience that we would have been able to retry that one. Like the special rites aren't that, like, they're not super high stakes in that way, but this is going to be the episode where I lose one. Like, these are getting way hard and I'm just not very good at them. Did I imagine all of that, miss? Because I hope I didn't. Wow, what is that you have there? So we found Kilmer's Anklet, which is a level 20 talisman. That seems pretty expensive. After Shay casts her aura, it can bounce off of objects and solid surfaces. Okay, we are going to accept and equip it. It was this one, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think that a lot of our dudes now have some pretty good crests. And so we really want to get Pamitha up past rank 3 because I think that's what makes her eligible to go home. And then this is just flashing even though we know what it is. A drive imp magma mug. Provides a bit of warmth on cold nights and something at which to nod and stare. Oh, so it's basically like a lava lamp. I like the magma mug is a pretty good word for it. So let's survey. After having reached the untamed flora of Cinderroot, you volunteer to survey the grounds. You prepare to head out. However, your companions beat you to it in this case. We got this one, my friend. We'll let you know if we find anything. They depart, leaving you to rest up. When they later return, nothing much to report. You are feeling better and are in the midst of deciding which of your vocations to pursue. So, we could mentor a companion, or I kind of do like study in private. Now, we could also forage for resources, but, like, I don't know what I'd want to buy. Upgrades for talismans and stuff, but, like, I don't know. They seem pretty good right now. I'd rather get, like, an extra bonus for everybody, I feel like. The more that we invest in the study in private, the better off everyone's gonna be, I feel like. Who wants to talk? It's Tizo. You observe Tizo rummaging about the blackwagon, as though in search of something. He notices you there and rushes up to greet you. Tizo is glad that you are here. He was just reminiscing about old times. But just as quickly, he resumes his search. Tizo's looking for something a former exile of the Nightwings once gave him. He is growing frustrated that the object he seeks is nowhere to be found. You almost do not notice the lone minstrel's approach. I'm afraid that has gone, Tizo. I am very sorry. Reader, it is nothing that ought to be the cause for much concern. Merely that Tizo has misplaced something of sentimental value to him. It was just a spare bandage, he indicates, exactly like the one on his horn. Tizo here has many adventures with the Nightwings. Is that not so, Tizo? He squawks in approval. Those memories shall always stay with you. Is that not what matters most of all? Tizo confirms this as well. Then please do not worry yourself about it anymore. It is a symbol of a distant past besides. Tizo skulks away, up into the rafters. The lone minstrel watches him go. The object that he seeks does not exist, reader. Tizo searches for it from a fleeting memory of his days with the Nightwings of the past. He performs the regular duties of other drive imps at first. Performed, but soon distinguished himself. I was none too surprised. He was clearly special. He had grown close with the other members of the Nightwings when misfortune fell, and the triumvirate fell apart. Perhaps Volfred has revealed to you more of the details. As for Tizo, I feel he must make peace with the shadows of his past somehow. Perhaps then he shall cease searching. You need not worry for him, of course. He is resilient and shall always serve the Nightwings well. You might say that he was born for it. Begging your pardon, reader. The lone minstrel excuses himself in his polite way, leaving you to consider what he said. Roster bio update of Tizo. Well, I mean, is there much that we learned here that's like new? There are lots of imps in the downside, but few, if any, are like this one. In fact, he seems to be descended from the most famous imp of them all. Tizo is older than he appears and drove the blackwagon of the Nightwings for many years, learning much about the rites while traveling with the triumvirate. But when misfortune fell, he disappeared. He re-emerged years later, having become an integral part of Volfred's plan, and to serve as a liaison between Volfred and a certain band of exiles whom he entrusted. So his past is of the drive imp variety. He is not a criminal and has no motive or years exile. No, this is like his homeland. Alright, so yeah, I think study in private is probably the best bet. And here we're going to get to choose. You locate a secluded area nearby where you should be able to study the Book of Rites. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. So, if we give people hope, they respawn more quickly. I like that. If we give people quickness, they are faster, and I can barely control them as it is. Or +1 presence slightly increases the size of your fellow exiles' auras during the rites. I'm going to go with hope because, man, do I get knocked out a whole bunch. You extract a deeper meaning from the words and teachings in the Book of Rites, one you feel in your core yet struggle to articulate. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. Alright, and that's it. We have 2 of 2 upgrades. We cannot get more in the World of Hope. We have little hope. Okay, Glade of Lou. Deep in the dense foliage of Black Basin, black glass, searing vapor, and strangling forests mark the forsaken lands that loom across the sea. You find a messenger imp looking to bring you the latest news and rumors from the other side. This time around, the imp brings tidings of Sir Gilman and what happened to him since his liberation at the fall of Solium, when at last his self-imposed exile came to an end. Okay, nothing new here. Yeah, nothing new there. You learn that his return to the Commonwealth was met with much rejoicing, and that before long he was promoted to the rank of Veiled Captain on the Blood Border. And yet, with tears welling in his eye, he did refuse the post, stating that he no longer had the heart to fight against the Highwing remnants as he once did. He then cast down his helmet, and when next anyone saw him, he was among Volfred's agents, having joined the revolution to reshape the Commonwealth from within. You thank the messenger imp for the report and salute it crisply, as surely Gilman would have. Well, but he doesn't have any arms, though. He might have nodded in approving fashion. Soon the news has everyone in the wagon talking. I hope he's feeling more comfortable with his own skin these days. Glad his did the right thing. Graha! Tizo feels inspired by the news of Gilman's selfless actions. Night or no, he always shall remain Sir Gilman in my eyes. It must have taken great restraint for him to do what he has done. Hey, I can tell you one thing. Sure is quieter without having him around, right everyone? Am I right? One of the Sea Dominion's own, laying down his arms by his own choice. I'm honestly surprised, even having known him. Do you think that one day I could be as brave as him? Because I don't always think that I can? News of Sir Gilman's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. Everybody got +1 hope. Now we have more than little hope. Harmonious Crow says, he's so cute! I know that's probably not what a warrior wants to hear, but he is the imp. He really is. He's like a horned mogwai. He's like part bird and part mogwai. Okay. I don't think that we have anything to sell or buy or anything. And I'm not just saying that because you're customers. Definitely not saying it because of that. But anyway, go have a look around at all the stuff you can't buy, see? You buy this for 30. No, you can't. Can't afford it. And even this that costs 3. We can't do it for you. Just can't do it. Yeah, okay. So there's no point in even looking at this stuff. Leaving so soon, guys? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Yeah. Okay, no, wait a second. So, pending a story beat, who do we think we want to bring in here? Hold on a second, because it's getting serious now, and I don't want to lose any of these things if I don't have to. What is it, reader? Can we try a practice rite? This is, among other things, it's going to let us check to see. Now, we might not get the benefit of exactly who we want. Like, sometimes there's a story beat and somebody says, no, I refuse to fight. But if we could have Pamitha, Jodariel, and maybe Shay? But I guess, see, what we learned is that there's a maximum amount of green that you can get. So, like, I'm not sure that we want to have Headwind, but Jodariel would be a pretty good pick, as would Tizo. Yeah, so I'm thinking Pamitha. Yeah, wait. If we go with Pamitha, we can't have Jodariel because they won't work together. And I definitely want Pamitha. So we'll do Pamitha, Ruki, and Tizo because Tizo's the lowest. Okay, so let's do that. Pamitha, Tizo, and Ruki. Okay, so this is not going to be like, well, I mean, I guess she does have a bog hag with her, but yeah, let's see if we can just figure out goddamn anything. Now, Ruki can double jump, right? That's one of his abilities. So, like, jump. Yeah, he can almost, like, swim through the air. All right, and then Tizo. I just want to practice a bit with Tizo. So, Tizo can also fly a bit, but he can also do that, which is super good. Like, just go off like a bomb. Now, how do you... Hold on. Another question that I have is, how do you cancel out of his bomb explosion? Because we saw the AI do it, and I don't know how it's done. Oh, he can throw it a really long way, too. So, whoa, okay. This is why I want to do the practice run. I'm trying to, like, figure out a couple things. Okay, so you can dash out of it, it looks like. Also, important thing about Pamitha, when she casts, she, like, goes along with it, like Sir Gilman did. Oh, I did win that. Okay. Yeah, and that's another thing about Ruki. His, like, aura cast, like, it lasts a very long time now. because of his talisman. Like, it lingers in the area, which is actually really good. Blah 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 is asking you to play. No, blah blah blah. This is a practice one. Believe me, when we go to do the real thing, it will not be easy. That's why I want to do the practice one. Like, I've been getting very, very close to getting killed lately. Not getting killed, to losing a rite. It's gonna happen, but to the extent that I can, like, try to practice a little bit. All right, so I feel okay about that. That's a pretty good crew. I'm sad that we can't have Jodariel and Pamitha work together. So blah blah blah, just in case, like, or for you or anybody that doesn't know, this is one of those games where, like, if you fail a rite or something like that, the game just continues on. Like, your failures are part of your story and will ultimately, I assume, impact how many people make it out, or, like, who knows what else. However, I really don't want to lose. I very much don't want to. We found a page for some reason. Let's look in the book real quick. Okay, is this the page that we found? I wish you remembered not for boastfulness, thus I refrain from detailing our exploits across the land. Yeah, no, I don't think that I read this one. No, this is a brand new page. I wish to be remembered not for boastfulness, thus I refrain from detailing our exploits across the land, save to say that they were quite numerous. Know that only through our combined strength of arms and wit did we withstand this savage land, and were the monstrous dangers that it posed. Such were the monstrous dangers that it posed. I came to see that all the terrors which I heard at bedside in my youth were based entirely in fact. So great they were, they blotted out the sky. Such was the evil that we vanquished, that the remnants of it yet shine under the stars, and in the end, it was the stars which guided us towards our truest calling. Okay, it looks like there's something new in Chapter 4. And it seems to cut directly to the latest page, or like the new page. Never have I witnessed an affront to nature, mine and everybody else's, quite like the poisoned woods of limbless Erizek, the root titan, in his suffocating influence. I shall leave it to the boastful Underking to tell you more of Erizek's vanquishing, whilst I may tell you something of the glade that he protected, which became my own, for my own genealogy now occupies the soil there, and strives forevermore to prevent Erizek from taking root again. The brambles of the glade are constantly encroaching on themselves, then falling once again to dust. This miraculous cycle, reflected in the starlight piercing the canopy, needs to be witnessed whenever the stars invite an audience. Yeah, we definitely read that one. So the fact that the pages are being added out of order is really going to make it difficult to remember what we have and have not read, but we'll go to figure it out. Okay, let's hit it. Bobby Bless says, thanks for the explanation. I was not able to watch a full episode of this game yet. I watched a few minutes of House of Ashes and stopped. Immediately instructed Papalatko that I want to play it. Yeah, because you guys, blah, 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 remind me, you and Papalatko played, didn't you guys do, Dead Space 3. Sorry, that was not Dead Mike. I was trying to remember the name of it. You guys did, like, Dead Space. So, blah, blah, blah is saying, oh, it was A Way Out? Okay. Yeah, so, blah, blah, blah. Before we commence with Once More You've Returned. The Dark Pictures Anthology has 3 games, I think, out right now. The first one, so these games are independent of one another, and so the storylines are not matched up, but each of them has this very cool element where 2 players can play, but when you're playing like co-op multiplayer like that, you are going to see and experience different things, and it's up to you on whether or not you want to communicate to Papalatko or have her communicate to you what she's seeing and doing. My recommendation from my time with Mia is like, you each play your separate side, but especially if you're streaming or recording, then go look at what she had going on, and I assure you it will be different than what you expect. It's very cool. House of Ashes is the most recent release from them. I think the next one is due out pretty soon. Isn't it due out later this year, I want to say? Oh, and blah 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 said also Dead Space 3. But then blah 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 had also asked, do both players need to own the game? Blah blah blah. The answer to that is very confusing, unfortunately. The short answer is yes. The longer answer is no. If you decide to play multiplayer during what appears to be the narrow span of time that the friend pass works, or maybe the friend pass is now available all the time, it's extremely confusing. The second most negative thing that I have to say about the Dark Pictures anthology is that it is not clear to me right now if one of you could buy House of Ashes and then you both play it multiplayer. There is a friend pass installation, but as far as I can tell, the two previous ones for like Little Hope was like time limited. For Little Hope and Man of Medan, they were time limited, which is it's just weird. It's just a really weird decision. So here's my recommendation, blah blah blah. Like, look up right now to see like House of Ashes friend pass and see if you can find out if it is currently active. Otherwise, you could buy one and see if that person is able to host a game for the two of you. It really is very weird. Okay. Once more, you have returned to the Glade of Lu, and your companions stand ready beneath a still night sky, awaiting the commencement of the rites. You overhear some of their words to one another as you await the signal in the stars. You said we have to face the withdrawn tonight? You think my old sister over there is going to put me in this time, or what? Just then, you observe a glint of starlight that begins to shine above, and your companions soon fall silent. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Whichever, like, here's an example. I believe, and I've made a point not to look, I believe that if you were to watch the first 15 minutes of my playthrough of House of Ashes and the first 15 of Mia's, where we were playing a game together. Hold on.
Exiles of the Nightwings, you are returned once more unto the Glade of Liu. Your adversaries in the rites this eve shall be the Withdrawn. Reduce their pyre to a smolder and step closer to freedom. Now, prepare yourselves.
The colors in this game really are spectacular. Blah, blah, blah. All I was going to say is that even within the first 15 minutes, I think that you would see radical differences in what I'm doing versus what Mia's doing.
Previous time, ye snuffed our Pyre's flame, prevailed. This time, all for Islak. No matter the result, no matter the cost.
We can take them. Who's up for this one?
Oh shit, I think that they have like a negative 20 to our Pyre. Yeah, let's maybe look a little bit. I don't know what good this information does. At the start of a rite, the adversary's Pyre automatically suffers negative 20 damage. Or strength. Negative 20 strength would probably be better to say. When fleeing the orb, the adversaries deals bonus damage and bonus damage. So we need to watch out for throws. They're going to try to throw it in. Not every time, but a bunch. Okay. Yep. Okay, well, we'll do our best. So, what did we say? We said, Tizo?
Well, Tizo.
Pamitha.
Pamitha.
And then Shay, right? Shay was the other one? Yeah, Shay is slightly lower than everybody. That's another reason why I want to send Pamitha home. It's really limiting what we can do with Jodariel.
Shay. Very well.
I think I'm ready.
Hear us, Islak. Bring to us thy terrible power.
Commence. Farewell for now, witch. Why, that was all of them. The path to glory laid bare.
Okay, now we're on even terms. We are not ahead.
She soared right in. This is the path to glory.
Oh shit! I went to fly and then didn't.
Out with you all.
Shit!
Ouch.
Ow. Okay. But that's fine. We'll just, you know, let's not get like, what is it called? The safety?
Yes.
Ouch.
My shame.
Okay, I'm just waiting for her, stamina! Shit! What is happening?
Nightwings. And crushing.
Gee, with the dunk! I mean, I know what happened. I got too close. I'm just very frustrated at that.
Oh.
Okay, okay.
Burning flame to ash.
Oh no.
Your pyre shall soon be ashes on the ground. Onward thus to greater glory.
Okay.
Even now the ashes of our pyre mingle with his lifeblood. Prevail or no, ye shall not interfere with his return.
Oh my god. They're so quick when they decide to like close in on you. Okay, that was perfectly bad.
Glory to the scribes.
Okay, one more.
The rite is nearly ended.
No! Okay, this is almost as bad as it could possibly be. Get up, get up!
Udmilda plunges into flame.
Jesus Christ, okay.
A show of strength from the Nightwings' opponents. Oof. How sad for the withdrawn.
Oh god. Get in!
And it is done.
Oh my god.
The Nightwings prevail. The flames of their resolve could not be doused.
I'm telling you, every match is closer than the one that came
The
before.
rite is complete.
Ye ignorant ones, all that ye have wrought is part of Islak's grand design. Yes, so ye shall see.
There is much to learn from this experience.
All right, and this should, I think, push Pamitha up over rank 3. Okay, so she can now participate, I believe. I could be wrong. Maybe every time you go back, you have to be like a higher level to be able to send home. But as of the last time, she was not eligible, and I believe it was because she was not yet rank 3. All in all, having to unlearn everything I've learned is going somewhat faster than expected. Okay, Sleight of Wing after saluting. What is saluting? How can we be this far in and they haven't even introduced saluting? Pamitha can use her dash ability in rapid succession and for less stamina. That's what we want.
Until the stars align.
like in some of these, sometimes the enemy team just decides now it is time to score, and then they just score. Back at the wagon, after prevailing over the withdrawn, in a last-ditch effort, you were able to recover for a time, though you have another task this night. Time again to seek out where the rites shall take you next by searching for the answer in the waning starlight. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. Okay, so let's see what that did, right? Because now the bog witches, they fell all the way down to here. They were actually second before. So if I can possibly face the essence, that's what I'd want to do. Then we've got the Australian dogs, and then we've got the sad dogs. So let's see if we can fight one of them. Yeah, here's the bog people. Yeah. Also, if we're going to send Pamitha home, which I'd like to, 1-0. The thing is, I don't know who I'd want to like face in the end, but I'll tell you this, if we're going to go for Pamitha's freedom, I take it back. I kind of want Pamitha to fight her sister in the right. Like, that seems... Like, that way, no matter what happens, it's kind of like... I don't know, it just feels appropriate. So, I think I'm going to go fight the Australian jackal dogs.
We're going to be butting heads against old Barker again, are we, sister? Guess it helps to know ahead of time so I can brush up on my groveling.
Rookie then shares with you what he knows about your next opponent.
Barker Ashpaw is a volatile cur whose pack, the Dissidents, conduct the rites more so for thrill than freedom. Back on the other side, Barker never quite took to the culture of the Commonwealth, and often ran afoul of the law for various acts of boorishness or vandalism. He always promised to go straight, and in time he found a certain niche, for he was an accomplished hunter. And the people of the Commonwealth did have an appetite. Barker relished the hunt more than anything, and spent his earnings on a variety of questionable things. One particularly raucous evening, Barker was caught relieving himself on the foot of the statue of the Archjustice Androbellus IV. You know, that grand judge who, in 1617 AS, issued a decree prohibiting literacy in answer to growing unrest. You know that guy? Well, that was the end of his citizenship anyway. In the downside, it seems he caught the notice of the Dissidents, who in turn must have observed his speed, ferocity, and fearlessness. He is now the best of them. Barker's reputation grew among the exiled curs of the Jolmir Valley region, where he's feared and unafraid of taking what he wants. Not long after they flushed me down, I was just trying to make ends meet, and made a deal with him. In hindsight, well, let's just say it was a bad idea. He could make my life go real sour if he wants. Anyways, I better go pass out. We got a long few days ahead.
You wish Rookie a restful evening in turn. It is too late to take flight, though tomorrow you can press on. Okay, let's see who wants to talk. It's Tizo again. Hey, Tizo. Harmonious Crow says that you're very cute. You find Tizo there in the blackwagon, looking rather more despondent than usual. When you attempt to reach out to him, he barely acknowledges you. Tizo indicates that he wishes to be left alone right now. You almost run into Shay as you turn to leave. Oh, I'm sorry, miss. I was just wanting to come back to check on little Tizo there. I think maybe he's taken ill or something? On further inspection, it occurs to you that Shay perhaps is not off the mark, and that Tizo is unwell for some reason. Come on, Tizo, you're gonna be alright. You might be the smallest one of us, but I think you're the toughest. Though, Mr. Dariel, I think she's fairly tough as well. Tizo appreciates the kind words, but still wishes to be left alone at this time. Oh, don't be silly, Tizo. You know I won't be doing that, don't you? Shay turns to you for a moment, lowering her voice. Miss, I think Tizo would like a little bit of privacy if you don't mind, though I don't mean to be rude. It's just Tizo, well, I told him not to eat something. There was this, well, I think it was a mushroom maybe, growing in the corner over there. So I see Tizo sniffing at it, and he's always hungry, and I usually try to feed him, but this time I told him no, because I know my mushrooms, and whatever it was, I think it was a mushroom, but it wasn't one I know. Anyway, Tizo ate it anyway. Croo-hoo. Tizo corroborates Shay's recollection of what happened. So, anyway, I think that maybe he's going to, cough it up, I guess, maybe any moment now. Because when I ate things I thought were mushrooms around here, I coughed them up as well. They made me rather sick, kind of like Tizo over there. I hope I'm not being inappropriate, because it's not polite, maybe? Oh, come to think of it, Tizo, why don't we go outside? Because then I won't have to clean up after you, like the last time when you ate something I said maybe you shouldn't, remember? Proo-hoo. Tizo indicates that he remembers full well, and regrets not heeding Shay's food-related counsel. Oh, don't worry, silly. If you've taken ill, then I think you're going to be fine once you have a little walk outside with me, because you're very tough. Tizo is beginning to look better already. You're my best friend, Tizo. I won't let anything bad happen to you. Or at least I'll try, okay? I don't think anyone could stop you from eating things, though. Then she snatches up Tizo in her arms and whisks him out of the wagon with her. You hear her call back to you over her shoulder. Bye, miss. I'll make sure Tizo is all right. I promise, okay? Although the prospect of Shay administering medical assistance normally would give you pause, Tizo seemed to accompany her willingly enough. The two have shared a rather close bond since Shay first made contact with the group. For someone like her who has lived alone for so long, the friendship must be vital. And boy, that's going to make me feel real good when we have to send one of them ahead of the other. Harmonious Crow says, so cute. And as for Tizo, he must be impressed that a non-native of the downside seems to know her way around food safety even better than he. Well, then again, I am also not a native of the downside, but if I saw something that might be a mushroom growing in the corner of this filthy, decrepit, dusty old wagon, I might also advise not to eat it. All right, let's see what page it opens up to. The Withdrawn. The Withdrawn did spawn forth from the wild witch Milithae, in whose vigilant pursuit of the unknown and unknowable I felt a certain kinship. Whether the Withdrawn were Milithae's kin by blood or merely worshippers, we trusted one another not to ask or care. What mattered was that Milithae chose the most audacious minds who stopped at nothing short of the impossible. Though ever distant, the Withdrawn revealed to us such truths about the land by which long lay hidden, even to one such as I. Their knowledge ever waking into newfound depths of consciousness, they lead us all to better know ourselves. Okay, we shall continue. Okay, we've decided where to go, and go we shall. So that other ship that's going around, should I attempt to interact with that? Like, could we have like a scrimmage match if you can, yeah, we can hear the angry hissing coming from Uldmilde all the way from your position.
Ye thinks mayhaps the skies belong to ye. Foolish. The skies and everything above them and below belong to the Astralborn. Ye shall be smitten from his skies and his awakening. Now begone!
No, okay. We get some dialogue, but we don't get an extra fight or anything. Oh, hold on, but there's another person there. What? My beautiful wagon, what has happened? Oh, but it is you, my wonderful Nightwings, come to play a little trick on your good friend Manly, Oh, how very, very, very clever of you, and the damage you have caused my beautiful wagon. Doubtless it was very, very minimal. Fear not, I can afford repairs. It is no inconvenience at all, although I do have one request of you to make amends, that is. When next we face each other in a rite, and I trust you know what I shall ask of you, but would you be kind enough to stand aside and let the chastity prevail? Then we shall call it even, and when I return unto the Commonwealth, I shall see to it that you or your loved ones there are suitably rewarded. Now, ta-ta! And here we go. Okay, so we get to land either at the Blooming Pool. Headwinds expected that you might find some peace here from the hard days of travel. So probably that we get to work on a vocation. Oh, hold on. As you fly aloft over the areas of the downside prairie where your first path diverged, you see Jodariel peering down at the lands below. You took us through the Hollow route for the first time, if memory serves, reader, taking sides with the Green-tail rather than me. It took me a considerable length of time after that point to come to the conclusion that you are not a complete fool. Now watch it there, Jody. My sister here is a real discerning judge of character, and has a good direction sense for that matter. We'd probably all be stuck in a bog had she listened to you back then. Oh, indeed. Both seem to be in good spirits, reminiscing about old times. Okay, hey, they got +1 hope. Which means that I want both of them. So, Jodariel has a hunch you may find something of value along this route. So, but if we can do our vocation, I think I'd rather do that. Now, can we do something here as well? We can. Yonder lies the Ridge of Goal, somewhat less imposing when viewed from this vantage point. Do you not agree, reader? The myths of the downside hold that it is no mere ridge of stone, but the remains of Lord Gandroth, once slain by Golethanian himself. So, Lord Gandroth was the Serpent Titan, vanquished by the Scribe Golethanian. Or, second of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Oath Taker, or the Repentant. Though perhaps such tales are of such little import now, when you stand to confront the dissidents there in just a short while. So, I think I'd rather work on my vocations. It doesn't feel great to, again, not do what Jodariel wants, but also vocations. You make a successful landing at the Downside Prairie, near the southern edge of the Downside. Memories of having first met Hedwyn, Jodariel, and Ruki come flooding back. You should now have some time in the vicinity before continuing onward towards the Ridge of Goal by land. We shall relax for the moment. Oh, but the Beyonder crystal seeks Pamitha. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get Pamitha her special crystal before we hopefully set her free. You called for me, lovely reader. Gladly oblige. Who is to be the lucky one this time? Well, actually the one that you preordained. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Pamitha. Oh, you mean that feisty harp? She may yet be taught some manners, I should think. I shall attempt to bring her down to size. Let us bring her forth. Soon Pamitha arrives in heat of the summons. You called for me, reader darling? Ah, it's that crystal. Let's hash it out already. No, this is not her accent at all. It is, hi, my name is Mary Beth Louise Hutchinson. I'm from Pamitha, Alabama. Let's hash it out. I'm ready. Oh, I didn't even read what it said there about Pamitha. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, Harp. Harp. Now I can't keep these accents straight. Listen well, Harp. You answer to me here. Oh, I can't switch between these accents. Oh, a bossy one. Sure, then go on and tell me more. Such a delightful student for a change. Come then. Let us see what you can do. Left to your own devices. See if your reader's vigilant, of course. I can't switch between them. Let's show her what she wants to see then, reader darling. Well, this is going to teach us Pamitha's dash attack and death ability. Ugh! I tried my best. Okay, well, they're just gonna score now. So step 1, never, ever, ever get caught, even with the moon crest, which is what she has. Okay. Double okay. I thought I had an aura, and I did not. Okay, well, at least she scored once. Do that twice more, we get to win. Oh! Well, fudge. Okay. I gravely underestimated how far that was gonna go. So, Pamitha, this is actually very helpful because it's teaching me that Pamitha actually has a counterattack where she can dash through other people's auras. Okay. Other people's aura attacks. Like, okay, so I didn't do it there because I didn't let go fast enough. Yeah, just high step it right in there, why don't you? Mia saying I have an aura of greatness. Well, thank you very much. Pamitha, on the other hand, oh, now that was unfortunate. Alas, it was. The pretty little harpy has gusto to spare, but it would seem she lacks the prowess to back it up. I would tell you not to waste my time, Harp, but the truth is that my time is there for you to waste, so by all means, try again with me if that is your desire. Yes, I can do better. Oh, for blah blah blah, just because I told him that, like, losses count. In the scribe trials here, where you unlock special talismans, they, like, you can retry them. Oh, god damn it. Wow, she actually jumped before I flew, making the mistake mine. Oh, and she just didn't give a shit that I was right there. Okay, that went faster than I thought it was going to. There, what happened was I got oddly obsessed with, like, knocking her out, even though it would have been infinitely smarter to just leave with the orb. Okay. Oh, god damn it. Nope. So now I just have to pray that one of them is feeling a little bit lazy. Also, I'm learning how to dash fly with her, where you do the dash and then immediately start flying so that she gets that speed boost. That's pretty cool. Wow, okay. Nope. I tried to dash past that and, as always, didn't let go quickly or enough. Okay, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll just get pinned back here where I can't do anything about it. I am out of stamina. Okay. Okay, I mean, like, it's not hopeless. It's tough, not hopeless. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm stretching. There, now, is everybody happy? Well, I am. Oh, as happy as can be, my doubtless pretty harpy. So good of you to ask. On top of that, your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. You have my congratulations, both of you, and to your lovely reader. Now be gone from here before I have any second thoughts. Harmonious Crow was agreeing on the aura. He has an oracle aura. Oh, an oracle. He knows all, even when he says I don't know. It sounds like he actually does know, and it's just pretending so that we don't feel stupid. Sorry. That Sandra sure could use a massage or something. So angry, isn't she? Say, what is that you have there, darling? It's Triesta's plume. While flying, after dousing the adversary's pyre, Epamantha may instantly return and deals... Wait, that's awesome. That's a really, really good one. Like, she might just instantly come back instead of, like, leaving us a person short, and she deals +3 flame damage, which, like, isn't a lot, but it's something. I'll take any advantage I can get right now. Like, now suddenly I don't want to lose Pamantha. We've been putting all of this effort into leveling her up so that we could send her home, and I'm like, no, I don't want to. Alright, but no, believe me, you guys, the kind words are very much appreciated. Downside, Clinger. Fruit yields fruit from time to time, though only if one says the magical word. What's the magical word? Gimme? Hedwyn gathers everyone together in a quiet spot he found somewhere in the windswept fields of Blooming Pool. The expression on his face soon softens. We've been pushing ourselves for a while now. Now for a while. Everyone, we're taking the night off. Set aside your troubles and concerns as best you can. They'll be there waiting for us in the morning. As for me, dinner's almost ready. Is this normal? Is this what people do? Hold on. Screekia means Tizo wants someone to play with him. I suppose that certain chores can wait. In time, everyone takes Hedwyn's request to heart, each in their own way. It proves a pleasant evening and the group's spirits are lifted to some extent, especially once dinner is served. Hey, man, +2 hope for the next rite, I will take it. For anybody that doesn't know, the higher your hope score, the quicker you come back if you get banished. Oh, it's Pamantha. She seems to have something on her mind. It's that big hat. Pamantha is staring out the window as you approach. I miss flying, reader darling. Take it from me, it feels just as good as you'd expect. It's not enough for those Commonwealth brutes to cast us down here. If they can get their fingers on us, they make sure we never fly again as we once did. All while calling it an act of mercy. Let me ask you something, You've learned a thing or two. What have your studies taught you of my kind? Well, so far, what I've learned is they've suffered. However, the common ancestor. It is said that when some of the ancient harps relinquished their wings, the conflict began. The long-held enmity between the harps and the Commonwealth has led the winged race to ruin. It's certainly not been good for them. Like, the Commonwealth has been winning, but I feel like dwelling on the negative impact that it's had for Pamantha is going to be like, yeah, I know that. Thanks. Let's go for the common ancestor. You understand that long ago there was only one tribe. They flew together and conquered the known world, but some of their descendants were born different. These wingless ones had little choice but tend the land with their hands of flesh. Over time, the wingless were disavowed, abandoned. It is said they were born under dark stars. In time, they formed the Empire, and they fought back. The Empire's Tsar dominated the known world for millennia till the doomed reign of Solium Mur. Not all the winged and the wingless were at odds, and famous harps such as Saint Triesta Tithys proved kinship could be possible. Nonetheless, old hatreds are not easily assuaged. Saint Triesta is the fifth of the ancient scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Disciplined or the Blessed Born. The eldest of the harp matriarchs, she anointed the Book of Rites and gave its words their power. That is fairly accurate to our account of things. So, in a manner, you yourself assisted me. My kind certainly aren't known for their good sense of humor, I can tell you that. My little tongue got me into no small amount of difficulty till I learned to keep it well under control. The mountains I come from, the views there certainly aren't something, but there's a bleakness to it too, being surrounded only by those consumed by the desire to avenge. We're very proud like that. Everyone vying to be the strongest, to kill the most of you. That way we might just get a shot with the prince, to continue the line, if he even exists. As you understand, it is the males of the harp are all gone, though perhaps one remains. They mate as poison spiders do, and would slay each other in their sleep. Oh, hello to Taco Soldier. Taco, we are playing some Pyre tonight. There was an episode of Sliders, I believe in the first season, where they traveled to a world where a virus had broken free and like annihilated the vast majority of the male population. So like when they arrive, you know, Quinn Mallory's a college-age guy. Rembrandt Brown is out there. He certainly enjoys female companionship. So like, oh man, the jackpot, a planet of basically all women and not enough men to go around. Well, it turns out that in a world like that, repopulation is like a major crisis because like there's not enough men left to like sustain the human population, and within a generation or two there's going to be like basically just a massive die-off. So any surviving males were consigned to basically repopulation centers where they were extracted relentlessly for their sperm to try to repopulate the population. So it was an interesting and a more thoughtful take than you would expect from an episode that started off with the male members of the cast being like, oh man, this is awesome, and then very quickly realizing, no, it's not. Basically, governments of the world did what they needed to begin repositioning their population for the swiftest recovery, with the knowledge that I think in the episode Australia was way ahead because the virus hadn't affected them as much. And when you look at what 3 decades later, COVID didn't hit Australia or New Zealand nearly as hard as it did in other parts of the world, partially due to a lack of population density and a greater willingness to adhere to government health standards. So yeah, Sliders ahead of its time by several decades. Anyway, the harps don't have a lot of males, if any at all. Imagine that being the best case scenario, darling. She shakes her head. Anyway, I was just thinking I'd rather enjoy the traveling we've done. The change of scenery does me some good. Perhaps I'll stick to wandering after all this. In fact, I have a fancy for some wandering right now, if you'll excuse me. She heads out of the wagon into the windswept fields of the downside prairie. So, it's been said that she and her sister are clipped and that they can't fly very well, but they can still kind of fly. Maybe it's just for limited periods. Well, I was hoping for a vocation boost, but anyway, we'll take it. Yeah, Sliders was an interesting and thoughtful show until it wasn't, and all they were doing were extremely low-budget ripoffs of whatever was the big blockbuster movie of the moment. For example, after Twister came out, they went to a world with lots of twisters. the fuck does that mean? Nothing, except for the fact that they upped their sci-fi effect budget for that one. En route to the Bridge of Gold, the wagon comes to a sudden halt. That does it! I'm leaving! The cause of Jadariel's outburst soon becomes apparent. Well, reader darling, at least some of us know how to take a joke, wouldn't you say? Look, she was reminiscing once again about her soldier days, and I just happened to point out, I may have suggested the fiery destruction of the Spiral Sanctum happened on her former unit's watch. A burned-down remains of the old capital of the Commonwealth. I mean, didn't it? Not that she would have made much of a difference had she been there herself. She ought to thank the saint that she was spared by her exile here. I thought she held no love for your Commonwealth. I shall never understand what it is your people ever saw in that dreadful place, but I guess I hit a sore spot. I should probably apologize. She swoops off. There's no sign of either one of them. You organize a small search. It proves fruitless, but then Jadariel returns alone as if nothing happens. She's back to her calm self. Let us continue. I regret the interruption. Pamitha soon comes back as well. Oh, don't you worry, darling. I've definitely patched things up between us. Honest. At least, I think perhaps I didn't make things worse. She returns to her business in the wagon. You make ready to resume your travels, but make a note to follow up with them. We will check out who wants to... Oh my god, it's Pamitha again. Oh my god. Like, anytime you're, like, doing some sort of voice to help accentuate who's talking, you run the risk of coming up with something that is just ear-splittingly awful and incredibly grating to people. So it's nice when you get these characters in small doses, but apparently episode 4 is just going to be the Pamitha episode. You find Pamitha in the midst of a heated conversation. All I'm saying is we're limiting not only our own chances individually, but all your friends' chances as well. Jadariel seems to be considering whatever it is that Pamitha proposed. Rita, the Hop here is suggesting that perhaps it would be best if I were to form an alliance with the ones whom I fought for the better part of my life. Just with me, Jadariel. I cannot vouch for anybody else. How utterly absurd. If we were in the Commonwealth, I would not have stayed my hand against her. That I can say for certain. However, as Hedwyn would say, what happened back there, perhaps none of it matters anymore. What matters more is what we do from here. That is to say, I am willing to give it a shot. You mean you'd be willing to conduct the rites with me? Yes. Excellent. I knew that you would come around. Thought she'd never come around, but I ought to give her the benefit of the doubt here. I'm grateful for your open-mindedness. No need to let old enmities between our ancestors ruin things between us, or for others in our little party. For that matter, after all. Do not push it with me, Hop. We shall see if the reader here is thus inclined to pair us in the coming rites. I am willing to defer to her. Anyway, you see, I think I managed to make amends there. Doubtless we'll get on swimmingly in no time. Oh, Pamitha and Jadariel are now willing to conduct the rites together. We shall hope for the best. Let's read our page. Ba-doom. The Freedom Pact. We rid the land of an impending doom, but faced another of its kind, for we knew that we were trapped. Yet, for each danger which we faced, for every failed ambush by the Arch, we were met with gentle souls and kindred spirits in the downside, who deserved more than to fade from memory within this land. It was then that the stars themselves showed us the way, delineating a great voyages across the sea. Near broken we became, but then at last a moonlit vision, that of the rites. Thus shall they say of us, the 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may have ours. Alright, I don't think I can do anything at all at the slug market. Hold on. He shows you several bottles of multicolored liquids of some sort. Sun serum, star serum, and moon serum. +4 hope for the next rite, +4 quickness, +4 presence. Well, we're going into this next one with already a hope bonus, so let's go with the +4 presence.
No sympathize.
Oh, are these for sale? Oh, well, fantastic. Yeah, dude, I can't afford any of those. I can't afford this one, which costs 3. So, thank you, but no.
Very much sluggish day.
All right. Commence the rites. As the sky grows dark over the ridge of gold, a hush falls over your companions, especially Ruki. You sense something is troubling him, something to do with your next adversaries. Oh, hey, sister. I just want you to know I'm pumped and ready to take on the dissidents this time. Sure am, all right. That Barker, he's not so scary once you get to know him like I do, you know? So don't you worry, because I sure won't be going easy on him after last time. As Ruki marches off towards the clearing, you notice his grin fade away. In the distance, you hear the dissidents begin to hoot and howl. Wipeouts! Something else catches your notice in the sky this time. Strange new stars shimmering around the ones that you recognize. The greater titans have returned. Some of them, and merely in spirit, not in form, but those dark stars are a portentous sign. Though they may light your way, beware the path which they illuminate, reader. Henceforth, you may invite the influence of the Titan stars, omens of the night sky, each representing one of the downside's mythical monstrosities. Use the Titan stars for a greater challenge? Why? I have enough challenge.
Behold, the Titan stars.
Call upon the Titan stars to rank up faster. Here's the trouble with that, though. You can't Rank up faster if you lose. No, fuck you, Eslac. +8 hope, making them return sooner after banishment. I think I'm a big fat coward, is what I think. I think I'm the biggest coward in Cowardville. I don't think I'm gonna do that. So Harmonious Crow is saying, right peeps, have a lovely evening, morning, afternoon, night. Harmonious Crow, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you've had a great Thursday. Hold on.
Burning remnants of monstrosities felled by the scribes themselves. Who could stand against them in their fury? You are wise to have resisted their seductions, reader. Best focus on your adversaries, keen as they are to confront you once again. Put out their pyre first, and show them the glory of the Nightwings. Now then, make ready for the rite!
Oh, I intend to. Crow, have a great night with leftovers, whiskey, and watch some shows. Thank you so much for coming by. So the other day, oh, and Ricardinho has just raided over. Welcome to Ricardinho and everybody raiding. So I mentioned this the other day, but every once in a while, there'll be like somebody who stops by and like over the course of a couple streams, like they come in, they say hello, and I'm like, and I greet them, or worse, don't, like if I just miss it, and then like I feel so self-conscious if I don't get a chance to like interact with them at all. So every once in a while, I'll send like a direct message to somebody saying like, hey, thanks by the way for stopping by. I'm so sorry that I didn't get a chance to check in and like ask how your day was and stuff. And I did that with Crow the other day just because like it was like 2 or 3 streams in a row. I was like, hi Crow, and then like was so swept up in whatever was going on that I didn't check back. So Crow, very much appreciated to have you here. Hope you have a great Thursday. Actually, depending on where you live, you might almost be halfway to Friday by now. And Hopefully you're into a wonderful weekend. We'll see you again in the next one. Thank you so much for hanging out. Ricardinho is doing a raid and run because it's too late for me. Well, Ricardinho, thank you so much for the raid. If Mia's here, I'd love to do a shout out for you. But thank you so much for coming over, and I hope you had a great stream of whatever you were playing. Crow is saying, dude, you're streaming. I never expect anyone to say anything more than hello. I love connecting with people when we get a chance. And sometimes in a game like this, especially when there's all this action, it can be challenging. But thank you again, for real.
Oi, mates, look at what we have here. The green tail, is that you? Yeah, Barker, it's me, all right. Well, I'll be. So tell me something then, green tail. You're gonna go against me this time? Or keep on being a stinking coward like before, huh? What do I do? 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 Wait. He says he wants to fight. If you can beat him, maybe he'll leave us alone. He'll leave the green tails alone. I can make it worth his while. Barker? What is it, mate? The rite's about to start. My accent just changed because I forgot what it was. Well, I was just thinking, I know I owe you and everything, but I got a deal for you. You like a good deal, don't you? Yeah! Oh, oi. I like a good laugh. I like a good... he's from the Cockney version of Perth, Melbourne. There we go. I like a good laugh more than I like it, but I'll bite, green tail. What's your fancy here? I was thinking, if I can beat you here, we're squared away. You let me off the hook. Huh, I see. But tell me something, mate. Why in this stinking world would I want to do a thing like that? What's in it for me when I beat you instead? Then I'll pay you double what I owe. Promise. But you gotta promise too. Kerr's out. Ricardinho, have a great night. Ricardinho is one of the busiest people that I know, so I appreciate any time he can stream, hang out, raid, whatever. Absolutely understood. Ricardinho, have a great night. Oi, really now? Double or nothing, then, is it? Aye. You drive a hard bargain there, mate, but all right, it's a deal. You beat me and me pack, right here and right now. You're debt-free as far as I'm concerned. Harmonious Crow, I know that you're from Australia. I'm so sorry. Hello to Fun Bear. Fun Bear, it is going pretty well. No, Fun Bear, did you always have an underscore in your name, or is this a pseudonym? So I remember Fun Bear, and I think I remember 28, but I'm trying to place the underscore. Harmonious Crow is not from... Is it your husband, then? Don't you have some sort of... I know that you either currently live or have lived in Germany where you've been stationed for the military, but isn't there some... South Africa. Okay, no, I was way off. Fun Bear turned 28 on the 13th, and 28 was taken. Got it. And Harmonious Crow lives in the U.S., but you were previously in and around Germany for, like, your military stationing, isn't that right? I tend to get details mixed up between, like, different different viewers sometime. Lived in Germany, correct, for 4 years. There we go. Of course, if you don't, I'll be fleecing you for all you're worth. You and your stupid uncles and that dear old mum of yours. See you shortly, then. Rookie then turns to you. Hey, so this one means a lot to me. You understand this there, sister? Let me go against these guys and I'll make sure we show them up, okay? I was going to bring Rookie, I think, in anyway. Rookie, Jodariel, and Pamitha would be the plan. Yeah, so let's grab Jodariel. And I'm going to pick her first so that she's front and center. She's got a big aura. And then we'll grab Rookie. And then we're going to grab Pamitha. Although, if we send Pamitha home, I'm assuming... Like, here's what's true. I don't think that we're going to get her up to her next rank. She's already at rank 3. Maybe I should focus on ranking up my next lowest person, who is... Tizo, right? Yeah, Tizo for sure.
All right, let's do it.
Tizo. The choice is cast.
Skriork! Tizo is ready to help Ruki defeat Barker and the dissidents.
All right then, Greentail, bring it on, or it's your dear old mum who's gonna pay.
Commence. Goodbye, Joe Dariel.
Fuck!
Barker's on timeout.
Jump! Why did that happen?
Flung with force of will. Good. Ah.
No! Okay.
Be gone, Joe Dariel. The orb engulfed in fire.
Oh, Funbear says that he was born in Germany as an army brat. Interesting. What the fuck? Now that's risky, but he comes back pretty quickly.
Oh. Take that.
Okay, that's a 2-for-1. I'll take it. Fuck. No! Shit.
Why, that was all of them.
Everybody's dead.
There.
Go!
Tizo down.
Oh my god, I really didn't think I had enough stamina to run it in.
What's the matter, Greentail? Methinks you seem a little nervous on your paws out there. Just shut up already, Barker. Let's get on with it. What's that you say, huh? You think you can talk back to me like that, Greentail? You heard me, Barker. Stay out of me damn way. Now I'm even talking with a damn accent. Or what, mate? Or I'll sink these little nervous teeth into your neck, old chum. You see that, sister?
That foolish Barker was a menace to the Commonwealth and is a blight upon the rights.
Fuck! Berg!
Don't.
They're constantly sniping at Jadariel.
Alas for Ruki.
Jadariel is a boss goalie. Like, she's really good at it. It's just that she's vulnerable to getting sniped.
Ruki doused the adversary's flames.
That was directly in. Okay.
A second wind.
Fuck. Double fuck.
Tis what the scribes ordain.
Sorry, Funbear is saying I would love to go back since I don't remember any of it, but I'd love to see it. Everybody that I know who spent any time in Germany at all, like, really likes it. The people are friendly. They, fuck me. Clean cities, great, sort of like infrastructure, social services, healthcare.
plunged into their fire.
I'm glad that Ruki's getting some scores here. Nope. I tried to do the burst. Wow!
That ought to wake you up.
Okay, somebody else can go get it then.
Oh,
His double jump is great, by the way, Ruki. I like it's not visually punctuated very much, but he can jump so far with that.
zap. Simply.
The
zap
fuck
for
was
us.
that?
You left yourselves wide open.
Yeah, that's on account of everybody being dead.
Yes. And it is done. The Nightwings prevail again.
Okay, that one felt pretty good. Like that one didn't feel like I was like barely holding on the way that the last couple
The
did.
right is done.
Woohoo! We did it! We got him! Graintail, you got us fair and square, mate. All fair and square as this stuff gets, right? So my family, you'll leave them alone? You said you'd leave them alone. Ease off there, Graintail. A deal's a deal. Now, then, me and me pick had better step it up for... Can't read this. Had better step it up for when we see you and your mates again. I'll be looking forward.
Ruki watches him depart, then turns to you as his expression softens.
Don't know what to tell you, sister, other than I really owe you one.
The rites do tend to teach something of trust. The rite awoke great understanding within Ruki.
You know, with all this rights business, there's been this one real fancy move that I've been mulling over for a while, and I think I finally got how I could pull it off.
Yeah, oh my god, so he's actually... Ruki, I think, is actually the first person who is gonna get to, get his final thing here. Ruki can jump a second or third time while airborne. Isn't that what we already get here? Oh no, that's that. Where did the double jump come from? Yeah, so this would actually extend it for a third time. I was just saying how good the double jump is. When sprinting, Ruki accelerates even faster to an even faster top speed. I think I want the higher top speed because, like, the double jump is already so good that I think we're gonna just take this. And just to look at it, boy, that's not nothing. The extra +5 for him, because that's usually, he doesn't throw it, he always dives it in. But I'm gonna take Lightning Run. Harmonious Crow is very glad that she stayed for this one. Out in the rurals of, I guess, Germany, it's a bit lower percentage that knows English, but they're totally willing to try if you try at first to speak some German. Harmonious Crow, let me ask you a question. She literally said that she wanted to go, but I have a specific question that I saw referenced, and I don't know if this is true. So, Jenny Nicholson, famous YouTuber, very successful, does a whole bunch of great videos. The amazing thing about Jenny Nicholson is that she routinely spends her videos talking about stuff that, and hear me out on this, Jenny Nicholson will do a 2-hour video about a topic that I could not possibly care less about, and it's so much fun. Like, I genuinely really enjoy her videos, and the highest praise that I can feed, that I can provide somebody, is they're doing videos about topics, like they're like natural like topics or like things that I couldn't possibly be less interested in, and then I watch the whole video and it's so much fun. Because if I already like what you're talking about, then I already like it, right? But here's the thing, like, I couldn't be less interested in this, and I love it. So Jenny Nicholson, anyway, she went to Germany, and she posted on Twitter, like, am I doing something wrong because people are staring at me all the time? They don't know who I am, but like, I just feel like I'm getting all of these looks. And somebody posted, I've never heard of this before, but somebody posted an explanation of like, I don't remember what it was called, but something like the German stare or something like that. And the idea was, culturally in Germany, they just tend to hold your gaze a little bit longer than in a lot of other cultures, which can make visitors to the country feel that they're being stared at or judged. And I'm just curious if that's a thing. And Harmonious Crow appears to be saying, oh yes, very, very much. See, that's really interesting to me, and I don't mean that in any sort of a judgmental way. They feel it's impolite to look away or dismiss someone. See, that's really interesting. Like, one of the things that I learned when I was sort of learning to be a teacher, I'm not currently a teacher, but when I was going through education, is that you want to learn to account for cultural differences between different nationalities, different ethnicities, different cultures and countries around the world. And one example that was given, and I'm not saying that this is universally true, this is just an example that was given. Oftentimes in the United States, if you are talking to somebody, you want them to look at you. And especially if you are like as a teacher, like you need to have discipline in your classroom. You need to have control over the classroom. So you need to tell somebody, you need to course correct them. Then you might expect them to look at you. Well, in some cultures, it's considered impolite to look someone in the eye when you are being chastised, scolded, or corrected. So they tend to look down. That's not them being disrespectful. That's what is respectful for them. Don't you look at me, keep your eyes down is what they might expect to hear in other countries. So to be aware of that and cognizant of that. And so anytime I hear something like that of like, what is the appropriate speaking distance? Looking someone in the eye versus not. Under what circumstances it would be inappropriate to regard someone, or for how long? That can sometimes be read as rude or impolite or judgmental in ways that it's not meant. And I think that's really interesting. Germans are very polite, says Harmonious Crow, but also very social. Asian cultures more so. I was taught not to look people in the eye as a child. It was very impolite. Exactly, like that exact thing. Like, it's interesting to learn things like that, because honestly, if they're not addressed in some way, then it's more difficult to understand what's going on. And Jenny Nicholson was reading it as people like staring at her in judgment, like oh my god, look at this person, look at this woman who's just like, I don't want to read too much into what she was saying. She wasn't mad. Like, the way that her tweet was composed, it felt like she was concerned that she was doing something wrong, when in fact it was just more common for people to hold their gaze longer. That's all. But for Germans, they won't want to watch you to make sure that they are not ignoring a greeting or social cue. Well, don't want to diss Americans, but if she was being loud, they don't like that. So if you're not familiar with Jenny Nicholson, she might have been loud. I don't know. Jenny Nicholson, my sense is that she enjoys spectacle, but doesn't want to create a spectacle, if that makes sense. Like, she loves going to amusement parks. She likes interacting with people. She's very outgoing and social, but not in a, hey everyone, look at me, I'm here on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, she's not one of those people. I don't know, she seems like a pretty cool person. So anyway, we have chosen something for... No, we have not chosen something for Pamitha. Am I supposed to? No.
Until the stars align.
Funbear is saying, my mother told me that Germany is very quiet from like noon until like 2 p.m. And then after 10 p.m. as well. Before I read that, I've heard that about like isn't it like Italy or Greece or maybe both? Like just in the middle of the day, everything stops. Like right in the middle of the day, there's like a 2 to 3 hour, maybe it's 4 hour, just like break that everybody goes on, and then they go back to work afterwards. Like their work day is like they wake up in the morning. This is what I've heard. They wake up in the morning, they work all morning long, and then they have like this large section right in the middle of the day that's just like off. Like in America, we feel fortunate if we get like 30 minutes off for lunch. There it's like a couple hours, and they just relax, they just kick back, and then they come back and they work the whole rest of the day, which I think probably goes relatively late, but I don't know. Harmonious Crow says Germans work hard, dude. No breaks until lunch. The Harmonious Crow says. Back at the wagon after thwarting the dissidents in a pitched battle, you are about to join the others, discussing the outcome when Volfred finds you.
Good work back there, my girl. Though I'm afraid I must pull you away from any revelry, for there is something you should see. Please join me outside. Look forth. The golden star reveals itself to us once more.
Indeed, somewhere deep in the infinite dark, a single star shines brighter than the rest. The path to freedom reveals itself again. Okay. So they said the cycle was going to get shorter and shorter and shorter. The golden star burns bright over the fall of Solium. Tamitha is already on her way. Yeah, this is the. But like just to set the stage, because I know that like Crow wanted to like had other plans. We are not going to do another rite tonight. At the next opportunity, I will be saving, and then we will pick up the battle for hopefully Pamitha's freedom as of the next episode. The rites are calling you again to the fall of Solium, where one among you may go free should you prevail.
It is as we discussed. The cycle of the rites is beginning to turn more quickly. Perhaps the scribes themselves have taken notice. Fortunately, having more frequent opportunities to free ourselves is not unwelcome to our plan. I suppose it's good for everyone, including the Essence, who will oppose us next. Getting to Mount Elodial ought to be a little easier than before, at least. We should be able to make landing near to some of the old monuments to the scribes. Let's set forth at dawn. Soon everyone is off to rest as best they are able, knowing that another chance at liberty for one of them shall soon present itself. Okay, this is where we're going to exit campaign. Yes. Okay. Taco Soul just said, dude, I nailed Volfred's voice. Thank you. Tune in next time to see what it sounds like then, because I can't keep any of the voices straight. Crow says, Roger that. Yes, so that is going to do it for episode 4 of Pyre. Had I more time, what I would probably want to do is actually do the next rite and pass or fail, then reach what appears to be like the next reset of the cycle. But if they're going to start going faster and faster and faster, then this is where it is. I have no prediction on how many episodes we have left, except to say that if this is episode 4, it would be a little surprising to me if we hit episode 10, which is fine. That's what I was hoping for with Pyre, that whatever the story brings to us, it was going to be a little bit of a shorter playthrough. Earlier in the year, I endeavored to play both Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Wasteland 3, like interleaving between the two of those, and since they were both very long games, it was like I really enjoyed Wasteland 3, but it was a little bit of a relief to have finished it, because I wanted to sort of hit shorter games like this and Unavowed and some other things. So Mia is saying thank you for the fun stream. Yes, thank you all for hanging out. We are going to find somebody fun to raid, but big thanks to Mia, Harmonious Crow, Taco Soldier, both Patikan and Ricardinho for the raids. And did somebody else raid as well?
I always feel bad when I want to go back and thank people for the raids. And thank you for the follow to Pie Boy 31. I'm gonna go with like Pi like 3.14. Pie Boy 31. Welcome and thank you for the follow. We will be back for episode 5 of Pyre maybe sometime this weekend. Tomorrow's Friday, so it's very unlikely that we will be streaming on Friday, but maybe on Saturday or Sunday we will see you again. And if for any reason neither of those days, we will definitely be back on Monday. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much for the fun time, and we'll see you again very soon. Until then, I hope you have a great day.